Hey geeks, do you love comics, collectibles, and TCG? Well, here at Cardboard Cave, we have the place for you. Pass by Kapitan Granuja Comics and Games and find all your favorite geeky items there. Look for them at Facebook or Instagram or call them at 787-659-7003. A store blessed by Nicole Bolas. Hey, what's up, guys? Here we are yet again in another episode of Cardboard Cave, and I am here back from a couple of missing in action podcasts due to either not having light or emergencies. So I am here back again, and I am so excited to be here because we're going to talk about Modern Horizon 2 spoilers once again. In the last previous episode, it's already live on your favorite podcast application. So pass by. Follow us as Cardboard Cave MTG and listen to our latest episode that the guys are talking about their favorite spoiler cards. And as well, you guys can watch the episode on YouTube and on our Facebook page. So you guys can check us out there as well, guys. You can go ahead and follow our YouTube channel. It's right there on the link on the description on Facebook and as well in any of our places that you're watching us. But this episode will be live on the audio format tomorrow. So don't miss out. If you can't see us, you can listen to us. So today we're going to continue talking about the Modern Horizon 2 spoilers and what we think about the set in general. And as well, I am going to be talking about the cards that I actually like that I didn't speak about last time. But no further ado, we have our amazing co-host right here with me. We have the one and only, the best director in the whole wide world, the one and only Alejandro.
Hey, guys.
And then, not only that, we have the best cube builder in the MTG community, the one and only JP.
Well, those are bold claims. Those are very bold claims.
Yeah,
also, it's kind of nice that you to have you back. You know, it's just not the same when you introduce Alejandro as the best director, the Oscar award-winning director,
Yes.
and
All
well,
lies.
we are currently missing one.
oh yeah, that's never odd nor unusual.
Who could it be?
Who would it be?
It's like a Where's
Senor?
Waldo situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, and the great
I'm
thing
sure-
is, huh?
Yeah, I'm sure he'll show up.
Oh, he'll show up. He'll show up. But the great thing is that we all have the new headers. I was actually kind of in the previous episodes when we were all together. I was like, why does it look so weird that I have like the new one that has the bold letters and everything looks really nice and
Big,
everybody else
thick
still has
letters.
exactly, and then everybody still has like the old ones. I'm like, it's time for a change. So I was like, before the show, I did them all, and I was like, okay, then I'll do the other things that I have in my mind. I'll do them later. So, guys, in the previous episode, you guys spoke about your favorite cards. I know that we're going to talk about our favorite cards yet again. I do have mine, like all the links in a separate browser, so I'll share that later. But it's very interesting how the prices are so ridiculous for this set.
I'm not happy with this set in terms of prices. Like,
Me neither.
with the amount of product there is, I told my friends basically, so people who are going to buy the set are just going to buy it. Like, who are going to buy the set regardless are going to buy the set in bulk because and a lot, and just wait, because I feel like it'll just be a Strixhaven. Like, it'll be like Strixhaven. I found a booster box for Strixhaven at $80.
What?
A booster box, a draft booster
really?
box. Yeah, for $80.
Jesus.
So this set, there's just so much product.
It's gonna plummet.
It's gonna plummet. It's just not. I don't
So
find it.
hard.
I don't
So
find
hard.
it feasible for it to stay that price.
I'm gonna stay
Even the okay, you mean the product itself, not the cards.
no, even
The
the cards.
product.
No, the
Like,
cards
the-
too.
The
Those are
cards too. The
Cards
cards
gonna
too,
plummet
'cause-
so hard. Those
because-
prices are
because-
so unsustainable. It's ridiculous.
So you right now. You guys are telling everybody that's listening to us that even if you buy the cards in pre-order, you're buying them overpriced.
Yeah, but
I
everyone
probably
knows that you don't buy
maybe
pre-order
not all
prices.
of them.
No, all of them.
What's some
Yeah,
of
because
them?
I'm gonna
because
go bold. I'm gonna go bold. All of them.
you
Oh,
even the
you sure?
fetch lands.
Even in Urza?
Oh, dude, that Urza's not gonna stay at $300. Even the Ponder from Time Spiral that we know was a one-time printing was exuberantly overpriced by the time it was released. It plummeted and then went back up, but it did plummet regardless. And that was a Ponder. Like giving you as an example, you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah,
Ponder with the old border.
but okay. So this is it for me. It's really odd that Modern Horizons 2 got the treatment as a standard set. We have
Mhm.
set booster box, draft booster box, collector booster box,
Mhm.
bundle,
Yeah.
And pre-release pack.
pre-release,
Pre-release pack. Yeah.
and am I
That's
missing anything? Yeah,
no.
those are
Kind
the
of.
5 things.
Still,
It-
it's three more products that I thought they were gonna get.
It's gonna be print to demand, so
yeah,
you're gonna get a grief no matter what. You're gonna get an Urza. Well, an Urza you might not get because it is a collector booster type of thing. So
mm-hmm.
all the reprints of MH1, fine. Like they might go plummet, but they will go up eventually because they're not gonna reprint collector booster boxes. But everything else, those fetches, you're gonna get the old border and you're gonna get the normal ones very cheap. Now the extended are gonna be the expensive ones because those are the only ones you can only get in collector boosters, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah,
those, for example, fine. That those will be expensive, but like even the old border right now, the old border of some of the fetches are like $60, and that's the old border ones. So and that's a $60 right now in pre-order prices. So that's gonna plummet even further down because people are gonna buy so much product of this.
well,
It's
look at me. I got
Mhm.
so I had already in my pre-order two collector booster boxes,
Yeah.
and then I added a set booster box and a draft one as well. Just because I was like, you know what, I want to go bold, like in terms at least for the store, I want to
Mhm.
go bold, um, and just have like this be like my final, bold purchase. Because the thing is that we got Modern Horizon releasing now, and on July we got the D&D set.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
Who's
not
gonna?
even giving us a break.
Nope. They're not.
and it's better than last year's though. Last year was
For
Yeah,
product
now,
after
for
product after
now,
product
yeah.
after
but
product.
wait, because it's gonna be summer and there's gonna be a summer secret
Uh,
lair drop.
a summer secret layer drop.
Don't
True.
forget about that.
Wasn't it the lands? No.
It's
No, the
still
Lance,
that
the
wasn't
Lance was a drop. That was a
just a
normal
normal
big
drop.
drop.
Yeah,
Oh,
Exactly.
okay.
but they're always doing the summer one. They're always
hmm
gonna do a summer one. So
and even the secret layer ultimate edition, not all local game stores have had the chance to sell it. Some of them just open it and sell them as singles.
yep, it's true.
Because who's gonna waste? How much is it? Like $120? Is it?
Yeah,
And you're getting the flip lens, and that's it,
yeah.
and a nice
Correct.
box.
A nice little gigantic box. Yep.
Exactly.
Mhm.
To put your, I don't know, maybe your Black Lotus if you don't want to put in a safety
Yeah,
deposit box.
exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
but this is really ridiculous because collector booster boxes for standard sets are 225,
hmm
and that's good because it's a good price. For me, I thought that this set was gonna be like probably 325 because I was like, yeah, it's gonna be like maybe $100 much more expensive. But local game stores are selling them for 415. I
Yeah.
am not against it due to the fact that Magic the Gathering or Wizard of the Coast does not have an MSRP.
hmm
You know, they
Yeah.
do just suggest a price, but due to having that no MSRP, distributors are affecting stores because distributors can be like, "Oh, I'll give you the box for like $300," and they don't have like a win-win situation,
hmm
you know. So I understand like local game stores because even the draft booster boxes are $55 each, and they
hmm
give you like, okay, if you buy two, it will cost you 100. Fine, you skim off $10. Good. That's amazing. But why would I buy a pre-release kit
Yeah.
for a set that is a master set?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like you telling me that modern masters is coming back. Let's say modern masters. What was the best one? It was 2017, right? If I'm not
Mm-hmm.
mistaken.
With the fetches.
Yeah, with the fetches and Jace and everything. Let's say that one magical day, Wizard of the Coast says Modern Masters 2017 Remaster Edition. They add, let's say, 20 different cards, but they keep the same list. And but we're gonna give it the same treatment as Modern Horizons 2, and give everybody can have product. Why? That was the whole point of master products, was for like people, collectors, or people that play modern. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah.
I don't understand. You know,
I
it's
think I
it's
think
it's
I think
uh
the Hasbro goal right now is pump as much product so fast that no one can think about it, and then
mm-hmm.
go to off to the next one and off to the next one and off to the next one and off to the next one before they can register that they can like sell it. Although for now it's everyone's been able to sell everything for the most part, I believe, right? I don't think LGSs have had stock of stuff they can't sell. My understanding is they've been able to sell most of it, but I feel like the idea is just pump product
Yeah.
like crazy, and then just move on to the next one very quickly so no one can register anything that's happening. And then by the time you realize, it's like, oh God, what am I doing with this set? And then it's like 3 sets later. You know what I mean? Like by the time you register that, Call Time was shit, we're already in Modern Horizons 2. And Modern
Yeah.
Horizons 2 is kind of good. So then it's like, damn it, it's a good freaking set. And then we get
Mm-hmm.
to D&D set, and then D&D might be kind of awful. And then, there might be a nostalgic element to it, but what I'm saying is it might be like an awful standard set regardless. And then like everything is like overhyped, and then when the set comes out, everything is like $10 except for like two mythics, which are like $25 or something like that,
See, I understand that, but I still don't understand the pricing. Because let's say a booster box instead, like a normal booster box is $100, right?
Yep.
Just
Mm-hmm.
this is Modern Horizons. It's $200. Just
It's
leave it at
280
like
right now.
I know it's 280.
Oh, okay, but you're saying it should be
It's
200.
give it 200. More people will actually want to buy the
Of
boxes now
course, I know.
because it's technically more available,
Yes,
and
Yeah.
you're not getting scalped
agreed.
for the money.
Yes,
No.
And
Yeah.
more people buying the boxes means more like more profit.
yes.
I just don't understand why it's so expensive.
So it starts with the distributors. Since there's no MSRP, the distributors start screwing over the people who are distributing it too, because now they're like, well, I'll give it to you for like 200 or 220 or 230. And then since they gave it to 230, now they're like, well, we got to make a profit somehow. So then they have
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
add an additional cost to it. So it starts with the distributors. Before, it was a set fixed price when WotC didn't know any better. That's why the original Modern Horizons, the modern master sets were so freaking cheap, because they didn't know what they were doing. And then when they realized, oh my God, this is packed with freaking value, and then they were being sold at a higher value because they were selling like hotcakes at the current
Mm-hmm.
prices they were selling it.
But it wasn't print to demand.
Agreed. But they also didn't account for the fact that they made a really good product and they undervalued it, and then it sold really quickly. And then they thought, oh, so now we have to like, so the bar isn't like say 150. I think the modern were right. Like the modern master said, well, how much was the original?
$250.
Really was 250. The first
250.
one, the
I'm
first one.
I'm pretty sure it was 250.
Every booster was
Okay, okay.
799. It can't be. It can't be.
I don't remember the first one. I remember the
But
second one.
JP, okay, so let's do some math. If it's 799 a booster, and it's 24 boosters, how much is that, John? Like, can you
Let me
pick up
go
a
ahead.
calculator, or
Yeah,
someone pick up a calculator?
I got one. I
If
got
it's
one.
799, because I remember it was a 799 pricing, and that was like really fucking. It was really cheap.
191.
Okay, so there you go. So let's round it out to 200. Well, let's not say 200. Let's say it should be cheaper. So let's say
So let's say
175.
175. The distributor might have gotten it to you for 150,
There you go.
and the store
So-
might have sold it for 180 just to make
Sure.
$30 of profit.
And they realize, oh my god, this amazing set. So
What?
let's say they went to 250, like you're saying, or whatever.
That was
And they,
that was the Modern Master 2015, the second
no, no,
one.
no. I'm talking about like literally
Yeah.
the first one.
I don't
Like
remember the
the
pricing
first,
of the
first.
first one.
But that's what I'm saying to you. The first one was $7.99. Then they boosted the pricing of the booster to $10.99 because
Mm-hmm.
Watsy thought that was what you're supposed to value the modern master sets. But what they didn't take into account that it depend on their actual modern master set. If you reprint crap reprints, it's not gonna be valued as such.
Yeah.
That's why the
Exactly.
second one was crap. And that's
Yeah.
why some of them are not worth the value that they hold because of what's inside. But they Watsy thought after the second one onwards, oh no, it always has to be valued at this. And then they just kept creeping up because they keep thinking, as
Mm-hmm.
stupid idiots that they are, that the people are gonna be buying it. But you're right, JP. You're not incorrect. If this was priced at $200, of course everyone would go nuts buying like boxes and boxes of this. And it will be a gigantic success. But they think, no, this should be like 280 because
Even
we've realized that we can
being
keep
honest,
creeping it and people are gonna buy it.
even at
Mm-hmm.
250, I feel like it's still fine. It's
Oh
still
yeah,
like
I
because of
agree.
because of what it is. But
I
I've
agree.
seen boxes like $300 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just like a bundle at $100
Mhm.
is like
Yeah.
what? A bundle
Yeah.
isn't even
Because
half.
the thing is that what
Exactly.
Orengo says is true, because when you go back to Eternal Masters and Iconic Masters,
Mhm.
those two sets were bad.
Yeah.
Like you could have bought
I mean,
like let's put it this way. I remember when I started buying master sets just for funds, for
Mhm.
funsies. I remember I bought a Modern Horizons 2017. I bought an Iconic and I bought an Eternal.
Mhm.
I
are you
flopped
sure?
in the Iconic.
Are you
Like
sure you're not confusing Eternal for Masters 25?
But Eternal was still kind of bad unless you got
it
a
was
like a
still,
mana. If you didn't
There's
get a
there's a
Force of
few
Will, or
there's a
if
if
you
you
few
didn't
didn't
get
good
a
cards.
Force of Will, if you
if you
didn't
didn't get a
get Force
Force
of
of Will
Will,
or
you
or a mana crypt,
a
you
mana crypt, yeah,
lost out because that box
yeah,
was expensive when it came out. You
or
needed to pull one of the two to make a profit
to
because
make a
I
profit
know
exactly.
I split a box with a couple of friends and we split the boosters or whatever, and we didn't make the money back at all. With our rares and mythics, we didn't. We needed to put. Come on, that's a set that had World Gorger. It's a $3 mythic, and one of
Mm-hmm.
my friends pulled it and he cried. That was a stupid mythic.
Well, let's
Yeah.
let's let's put an example. When I split the box with Chris,
Hmm.
I mean not with Chris, with Carlos, the
Hmm.
Commander Legends one,
Hmm.
that we split the box for each other, and I'm the one that got the vampiric tutor.
Okay.
And he
No,
didn't
that's
get.
the you didn't get the vampire. You got the other one, demonic. No, wait, you got vampiric. This
I
vampiric. I'm
got
sorry. I'm
vampiric.
sorry.
I
I'm sorry.
got
Yeah, you're
vampiric.
vampiric. You're right. You're right.
So it's really really interesting. So before I continue, let's go ahead and add the missing in action planeswalker,
Yeah,
Senor Bob.
he's not there yet, but he'll be there
Hello.
soon.
Yes, I am
Oh, he's
kind
there.
of here. Yes, yes,
He's kind of
I
here.
am partially here.
You're partial.
I haven't finished planeswalking. I got some planeswalking lag. Hold on.
Okay.
Go
So
ahead.
the thing is that when I bought the Eternal Masters box, I started cracking boosters, right? And I was scared because when I was missing, like, I think it was like three more booster packs,
You
and
you
when I
you,
got
you
to
got the
the,
Jace,
I got
right?
the Jace and the Mana Crypt,
Mm,
so
nice.
I plussed on that box. When I opened the Iconic one,
Yeah.
there's where
You,
I cried.
yeah.
Because not even I pulled one Aether Vial, and Aether Vial by that time it was only like $25.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
because
know,
it was super cheap. Yeah, it like
and then
crashed.
let's not talk about Master 25, because I bought, like, me and a friend
There was
bought
nowhere to
half a
plus
case.
there.
No one
Oh
wants to talk
no.
about Masters 25.
Exactly. We
Yeah.
bought half a case.
There was no
We
way.
made like $100 of profit
Hmm.
You
just
made a
because of
profit.
the. Yeah,
Yeah.
we did. We did because of the foils. That was it.
Oh, okay.
Because of the foils. That's
Mhm.
how we made profit. And it
Yeah.
was not a lot. It was like $100. Then that's including all three boxes.
Damn.
So.
Yeah.
But Modern Horizons 2, I expected that they would have the same treatment as Time Spiral. it's a very limited run of booster boxes.
Mhm.
You know, I was like, hey, look, another master set is gonna be very limited. They're gonna have the whole variant cards and whatever full art, borderless, whatever you call it,
Yeah.
treatment. Amazing, awesome. When I saw when the store owners of Granuja sent me the promo, and I saw that it was draft booster box, set booster box. I saw a list. I was like,
Yep.
what's going on here? I was like, what the heck is going on? And then this is the funny thing. Wizard of the Coast wants you to buy so bad the set booster box. It costs the same thing as the draft one, and it brings less card and it brings less booster packs.
But it gives you the buy a box.
Yeah, it gives you the promo. Yeah, and it
Yeah, it
gives you
actually gives you the promo.
the whole thing that you can pull like 2-3 mythics in a booster on the booster pack.
It's the one that lets you actually pull all border cards.
Yeah, and the cards from the list.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
The cards from the list that we still don't know the freaking
Yeah,
new list.
you
But
don't know.
sure, why
Yeah.
not?
Hmm.
But it sucks because I'm wasting 280 again for 30 booster packs and a promo.
Yep.
While I can get a draft booster box for the same price and 36 booster packs. Yeah, probably the buy a box promo is the Fable Passage, right?
Yeah.
You know, okay, cool. We have a Fable Passage. The sad part is that Fable Passage has been reprinted like 5 times already.
What's the Biobox promo though?
It's that legacy card, the human one. where you-
Sanctum Prelate. Yeah, okay, yeah,
Mhm,
I remember
that's
now.
that's the one. Yeah.
It's so
But
sad.
but John, do you have a problem that it's not a limited like it's not it's a limit? Do you have a problem that it's not a limited product like Time Spiral?
I would have rather liked it to be a limited product. Why? Because one, the cards that they have been reprinting and cards that can be used in future modern events
Mhm.
for the modern format, they are great. I'll explain why in a second. One of the cards that I chose in my list is a card that can be used in modern play.
Yeah.
But it's sad because if you would have done it in a limited run, you would have kept those fetch lands in a good buyable and not buyable price due to the variant cards that are available
Mm,
as well.
mm,
So you're gonna make one of the most expensive fetch lands that's called in Skarn, I mean, it's gonna plummet in price and people are just gonna go crazy buying the Modern Horizon 2 version, and then the rest are gonna be there. You know what I mean?
okay.
So everything is gonna go low price. Like the last time the fetch lands were reprinted for one of the standard sets.
Mhm.
You know, I would have rather it be a limited product, a good price for the boxes, like that. People would invest more, I guess I would say, and the stores would be a little bit much more calmer because we all know that the stores are going to buy bundles, pre-release kits, and whatnot, and people are gonna go crazy probably because there's gonna be a pre-release because now they can go to the store here, like here in Puerto Rico, that now we can go to stores and play,
Yes.
but that does not mean that the product is going to get out the door because who's gonna waste $55 for a pre-release kit just to have one card that has a stamp?
Yeah, I get you. Okay,
You
so
know,
when you're saying limited product, what you're specifically meaning is not you don't want a time spiral situation. What you're referring to is that there's too much product, meaning there's
exactly.
bundles,
There's
there's
too much.
you wanted it to be basically have draft and collector booster. That's all you
Exactly.
wanted. Okay,
Yes.
I understand you. But have a continuous run like Modern Horizons 1, meaning it's print to demand. That's
Exactly.
okay with
Yeah.
you, right? Okay.
I'm
Because I was
okay with
gonna
that.
like get
No,
really
no,
upset
no.
with you
No,
if you
no,
did
no,
not
no.
want it printed to demand.
No. I
Okay.
like the print to demand, but
Okay, fine.
in
You just
terms of
wanted
like
less product.
less product.
Okay.
Exactly.
I agree.
Why? Because in one, the prices are too ridiculous.
Hmm.
$4.15 for the collectors, $90 or 80 for the bundle, 55 for the pre-release kits, 280 for the draft and set booster box.
Hmm.
And again, people don't like the set booster box, and you're making us buy it to get the buy a box promo.
Hmm. Hmm.
I think like the biggest problem here isn't just the fact that on top of the fact that we're getting much more product, and on top of the fact that the cost of these products is much higher compared to like like I would say it's just higher than almost anything else that Wizards has put out in a while. Uh, how much were the time spiral boxes? Around the same range, no? Like 280? No, or were they like
Well, no,
300
because
when they released?
Time Spiral started like around 200. Then they started creeping up because
Yeah.
Wizard
Because
of the
it's
Coast then announced that there was going to be a limited product.
exactly, and they went
Mhm.
crazy.
And then
Yeah.
they went crazy. I got my Time Spiral box still in the original MSRP. I think it was like 210, 220.
Yeah.
Nice.
That you would have bought it and you would still plus
Yeah.
in terms of
You
like
still
monetary
actually be
gain.
making a profit.
Yes.
Exactly.
But yeah, on top of that is the fact that the community just I feel like a lot of content creators, including the professor and the other guy who's making a video with, I forget his name, Kenobi. I forget his like full name.
Pleasant Kenobi.
Pleasant Kenobi?
Yeah, Pleasant Kenobi. They were talking about this in a video that they released around like 4 or 5 days ago, I think it was, or
It
something
was
like
like
that.
yesterday, literally.
Yeah. So what they were talking about, and the thing that bothers me as well, is that the community and like the content creators were all out here saying, "Oh no, these prices are outrageous. The way that Wizards is doing things is completely outrageous," but we still buy the product.
Yeah,
As
that's true.
long as we continue telling Wizards with our spending, like
Mhm.
with our mouths we say we don't want this, we don't like this, but with our wallets we're saying yes, give us more. And if we continue doing that, it's just not going to change. And at the pace that things are going, considering that again 2020 was like the best year for them economically,
Literally.
like what can we do at this point? It's just kind of like, well, I guess I just renounce myself to the fate of like Magic the Gathering becoming like a rich man's hobby or something. And it's
But
kind of
look at
painful to
this.
watch
But look at this situation.
because I feel like it kind of bars a lot of people from entering the hobby and entering the game. Because at first the complaint was, oh, like Modern is an amazing format, but the
The
entry level for
pricing.
you to like make a deck to actually be competitive is too high. All right, and that's fine because that's just one format. Because you can just get into standard, and the price points are much lower. You're looking at maybe anywhere in between. At least back in the day, now it's a bit higher, but back in the day, you'd be looking at 150, maybe $300 for a really competitive deck.
Yeah, standard got to a point that blue white control was a $400 to $500 deck.
Mhm. Which, in comparison to modern, is ridiculously cheap.
Exactly.
You know,
That's true.
and I don't know. Like I'm worried about the health of the game in not on the monetary side of things because I think that Wizards is just going to keep doing what they're doing and they're just going to keep making a profit off of it.
Mm-hmm.
I am worried about like trying to get more people into the game because I see other companies launching card games. I see, Flesh and Blood, Digimon, all these other games where to be able to get into the competitive. Okay, again, keeping in mind that these games are starting out, that's why they're cheap.
Yeah.
But either way, that's exactly the point. These games are looking for people, and the more that people are like saying, "Oh, well, Magic is getting a little bit too expensive," blah blah blah, they might just start moving away from the game entirely.
Yeah, but then look at this. Uh, there's a situation going on that it goes very clear with what's happening now with the prices. So we all know that local game stores, in regards of depending on the card game, the prices fluctuate.
Yes.
So right now, Modern Horizon is a very expensive set to get to buy, but obviously we still buy. The thing is that we, the community, don't fight with our LGS stores. We don't argue with them. We don't go to the store and tell them, "Oh, this is too expensive. I'm not gonna buy it." Because even in pre-order prices, they're still too expensive. Modern Horizons 2. But then you have other communities that go ahead and because they up the ante or they don't give you the additional product that comes with you buying a, let's say, a pre-release kit, you got communities fighting. because my local game store does not want to give me this, I want to fight. The local game store does not have to give you whatever additional thing that they have to give you. A local game store, let's put an example. In Magic, if you would buy a pre-release kit for the standard set for Strixhaven, they will give you two booster packs, additional booster packs. Because Wizard of the Coast said, oh, it's a compensation due to the fact that we can't play in the store. But the store doesn't have to do it. The store can keep that box and sell it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
In terms of store is losing money because they have to use boxes from whatever they ordered.
Yeah.
So
That is a huge part of the issue too, because it's not like Wizards is giving them this product to compensate the players.
exactly.
They're leaving the compensation up to the stores, which is kind of, I feel like it's a bit of a scummy move, like from Wizards or Hasbro, whoever you want to say is calling the shots at this point. But
We all know that Hasbro is the one calling the shots. Hasbro is the big company. It's the head. So Hasbro has their people that are like, oh, we need to make money because we wasted money buying this. So there's not going to be a moment in time that might say, okay, you guys control what you guys want to do because we can't continue. You know, and Hasbro is a company that likes to make a lot of money. They take our money in different other products that they have. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You know, unless Hasbro does an approach where third party companies or stores stop branding things out of MTG, that's when Hasbro will start like, okay, we can now lower the price and whatnot. Because it's not like, example, Pokemon. You go to the Pokemon store online, you can buy cards, you can buy shirts, you can buy accessories, you can buy statues, you can buy whatever the heck you want if you're a Pokemon fan. Here in Magic the Gathering, if you're a Magic the Gathering fan, that does not exist.
yeah, you have to go to other places like Box
You
Lunch
have
or Hot Topic to be
exactly.
able to get your gear.
Exactly, and then you have to go like, for example, one of the most popular stores is MTG Pro Shop, and it's not they're not expensive, but when us that are in Puerto Rico, the shipping is expensive because they address us as international. So if you
Mhm.
want a $20 shirt, that $20 shirt will cost you around 60 to $50 because of shipping. So unless Hasbro does something about that we can have access to accessories or shirts or whatever under the Hasbro brand, we're gonna get these ridiculous prices all the time.
Yep.
It won't stop. You know,
Yeah.
it's a company and they want to make money. And
Mhm.
it's like that same thing that we got about the whole making the cards Bitcoin, whatever situation. No, like that's not how it works. Unless I can buy that art or invest in the art, and that art is mine at the end of the day. Okay, fine. But if I'm just gonna like invest on the art and it's still not mine, and I'm still not making money, no, no. Like again,
Yep.
unless Magic the Gathering or Wizard of the Coast say, "Hey, we're making the Planeswalker coin." Now that's a different story. I
Mm.
would totally buy Planeswalker coin.
Oh yeah,
So guys,
just
let's go
for
ahead.
the meme.
Yeah.
Exactly, just for the meme, because I don't know if you guys have laughed already. Probably you guys have. But it's so awesome and interesting how a bajillion people now know how to buy stock and how to buy coin. And you can make $10,000 buying my masterclass for 500.
Wizard of the Coast has to make the Ravnica coin, the Zibs and Xenos.
Ah, yes.
Yes, I would totally invest in that. So,
Speaking about
guys,
stuff to invest in, then spoilers though.
Mhm.
exactly. That's where I'm getting at. So I'm gonna go ahead and share one of my screens. Yes, is it this one? Yeah, this one. Let's go ahead. Boop. Okay, so this is my first. I'm gonna start with my list because last time I couldn't be here. So let's start with this little squirrel because I everybody here that has seen the show, I mentioned a countless of times that I want to make a squirrel commander, but there's not enough squirrel cards. So well, there
That is
is,
all
but
about to change.
Yep.
Exactly. There is enough cards, but for like having a commander, except Toski that came out a couple of sets ago, now we have very decent cards like Squirrel Sovereign. We have this non-legendary
Squirrel
Lord
Lord.
that costs two, and it's a 2/2, and it says other squirrels get +1/+1. I saw this. I think this was the first spoiler that I saw, and I was like, "Oh my god, are they doing this?" And then I remember Carlos texting me. He's like, "Dude, have you seen the spoilers?" I'm like, "No, what happened?" He's like, "They're squirrels," and I'm like, "No way." I'm like,
Yo.
he's like, "Yeah, there's a lot of squirrels. You're gonna go crazy." I'm like, "Okay, okay." So my second card will be this other. It's another squirrel, obviously. Okay, it's already zoomed
Broken.
in.
Matterfang.
Yeah.
Squirrel Commander.
Yeah. So I like this. I like this card due to the fact that I remember asking you guys. Remember that I told you guys, "Hey, I want to do a Squirrel Commander, but I want it to be green black." But the only green black squirrel is the one from the
From
un
the unset unstable, I
on
think.
the un
Yeah.
no unstoppable.
The
I don't
last
remember the
one.
board game. The board
Unstoppable.
game. Unstoppable. Yeah. So we got Chatterfang Squirrel General, legendary creature Squirrel Warrior, costs 3 mana, 1 green and two. Forest Walk. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus that many 1/1 Squirrel creature tokens are created. Then he's a 3/3 with another effect that is pay 1 black, sacrifice X squirrels. Target creature gets plus X minus X until end of turn.
Mhm.
This card is so ridiculous that I love it. It's like
Do you already know the infinite combo, or did you not? Did you
I
not hear me
haven't
say it?
seen
Oh, there's
any
already
infinite
an
combo.
infinite combo.
Uh,
I
Fantastic.
haven't
Okay.
seen the infinite combo. I have
Okay.
heard of it. I haven't seen it yet.
You know what? Pitiless Plunderer. It's
Yeah,
3 and a black for a 1/4. Whenever a creature dies, you make a treasure token.
yeah.
Skull Clamp. +1/-1. Draw 2 cards. So you kill a squirrel with Skull Clamp. You draw 2 cards. Oh look, a squirrel died. You make a treasure because you made a treasure with Chatterfang, you make a treasure and a squirrel. So you play the treasure and the squirrel, and you then draw 2 cards. Then you make a treasure and a squirrel, and you just repeat.
Yep.
You just draw your
Interesting.
deck.
Because you
It's
say
just it's
it
just so
Yeah,
says
simple that it's ridiculous.
because it
it
says
is.
tokens would be created. It's not. It doesn't specify creature tokens. It just says any type
Yeah.
of tokens.
Yep.
Oh my
So
god.
oh look, a treasure entered. So I
Exactly.
make another squirrel.
Yep.
You just
So you
keep
get
on going.
you go
I love
nuts.
it. I love it, guys. Like, oh, here it is. Here's the Cornea Fashionable Flitcher. That
It's
was the
the
one that I
Yeah.
wanted to
that's the
do.
one.
I
Yeah,
wish
and
that
there's
was legal,
Toski.
man.
Yeah, I know, right? An acorn counter. Then we
Yes.
got this card, this artifact, Chitter Spitter. It's
Yes. Best
a
name.
green and a 2 artifact that says at the beginning of your upkeep you may sacrifice a token. If you do, put an acorn counter on Chitter Spitter. Squirrels you control get +1/+1 for each acorn counter on Chitter Spitter. Then it says here that you can pay 1 green tap and create a 1/1 squirrel.
It's
Yep.
cute.
So it feeds itself basically, which is a good
Exactly,
thing
it
it
feeds
has.
itself. Yeah, this is a ridiculous card. Like, if you know how to use it, it can be pretty scary.
Yeah.
Just start
Then
getting out
we
of
got
hand.
then we got Squirrel Mob. It's already a card that existed. This is reprint.
Mhm.
Uh, Squirrel Mob is very simple. Two green and a 1. Uh, 2/2 squirrel that for each other squirrel on the battlefield, the Squirrel Mob gets +1/+1. So obviously we do a token based squirrel commander.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
a thing I like about these reprints,
Mhm.
and they've done it for a few sets whenever they reprint, is that you can see the original set symbol, like a little
Yeah,
faded back in the background, because that's
I like
Odyssey.
it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that
I
little
appreciate it. Yeah, it's a nice
little nudge to like, oh yeah, this
I
is where it
think
came from.
Mhm.
there was one set that did this
It's a
as
bunch of
well.
sets that do that.
A bunch of sets, yeah.
There's been a few. Yeah.
Hmm.
There's been a few, yeah. So the next card is one of the swords that came out.
Yeah.
Sword of Hearth
The cool
and
thing is
Home.
though that with these cards that are coming out with that little watermark, means that just for fun, if you were playing like any like kind of casual thing where you were trying to include like any uncards, there's uncards that actually use
Yeah,
watermarks, so that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
that is true. That is true. So I have this one, Sword of Hearth and Home. So an artifact, 3, any mana, equipped creature gets +2/+2, has protection from green and from white. Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, exile up to one target creature you own. Then search your library for a basic land. Put both cards on the battlefield under your control, and then shuffle.
So you get like an ETB trigger, and on top of that, you're getting land. So it's fantastic.
Correct. So
Value.
this thing, it's like I attack, right? I give you damage, right? I I exile Golos, and then Golos come back, and I get 2
No.
lands.
No,
No.
no, you don't. You don't need it. It's fine.
No. See why? Why?
And I
Why?
like the
Ooh, I
the
actually
Yes.
hadn't seen
Yes.
that. Wow,
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
It looks
wow.
gorgeous. I gotta say.
Well, that's
Okay,
exactly where I expect to find the sword. Damn.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so my next card is this one. This one's the one that I was mentioning later on.
Yep.
Ignoble Hierarch, whatever.
Hierarch.
Hierarch.
Yes.
Hierarch. So it's a 1 green creature goblin shaman with Exalted. That it says whenever a creature you control attacks alone, that creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. And it taps to give you red, green, black. It's literally Noble Hierarch,
But not
oh,
noble.
but not noble. Exactly. It's really interesting. The reason why I mentioned this card, because this is a card that can potentially be used in modern.
Potentially,
No,
this is a
Oh,
money
it
card.
is. It was
This
so
is
hard
a
in
money
modern.
card.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So hard.
I love the flavor text though. There's one thing that I enjoy about most goblins is when they have flavor text, and it's just always like some dumb stuff like this one. It's like he
Yeah,
protects
it's
the
It's
feet
the
that
best
fed it.
invention since the rock. Something like that.
Yeah. He protects the fetid bog from light, life, and the hideous sound of laughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's this card. I really did like it. I was like, oh my god, this card is really really nice. If I'm not mistaken, what colors are these? Is
Jund.
done
Junk
right?
colors. Yeah, junk
Okay,
colors.
I was not mistaken. So this gives because I remember that a lot of people were saying, "Oh, Jun never gets support or gets like new cards." Here you go.
Who are these crazy people?
You know how it is, Sorengo.
I
You
mean,
got people that
I don't think I've
cry.
heard people say that Jun doesn't get support. It's just the fact that like they do tend to print out a lot of things that like kill Jun basically.
Mhm.
That's one complaint that I've heard.
That's
But
fair. Because
yeah.
Jund is
Then
too
again, Jun was so dominant for so long in the modern.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like that.
That is
Like
completely
that was the deck.
Like we
That's
needed a
the
break
deck
from
of modern
Jund.
Mm-hmm.
for
Okay.
years and years and years.
So my next card is a card that I've been thinking a lot about. It's because I'm still thinking on how to play it, but I will make it playable, at least in my side. Is moderation.
Ooh,
That's an interesting one.
Yeah,
The reason
because
why
it's
I
so
like
horrible.
moderation,
I'll draw a card.
the reason why I like moderation is I really don't know why, but it just it's so interesting. Um, the sad part is that I still haven't found like an idea on how to use it.
Hmm.
But it's really interesting on how you can how this card can not affect the state of the game, but it's really interesting that whenever you cast a spell, draw a card. But
Yeah.
you can't cast more than one spell each turn. But the thing is that there are ways around it. But it would be interesting in the fact to have. I know that there are cards that you can switch, like a card from your game and give it to another player. So that's why I've been like eyeing it.
Ooh, you can play the
Yeah.
goat.
Oh,
The goat.
Zedru, yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun deck.
Exactly. So that's
Yeah.
why, because if you play with a commander that does not that is not heavy on destroying enchantments or artifacts, it's really interesting to give this to your opponent and see him cry.
But
Sure.
for our listeners, Zedru is, if I'm not mistaken, a 3/3 for one Jeskai, so that's one white, blue, and red. At the beginning of your upkeep, you draw X cards and gain X life for each permanent your opponent controls that you own, and you pay Jeskai colors, so white, blue, and red, and you give a permanent to your
To your
opponent.
opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So giving this is very interesting. I actually didn't think of that. I thought of
Ah,
I thought of Efara, God of the Polis, when you mentioned this.
okay.
Hmm.
So Efara, God of the Polis is two white and a blue for a 6/5 legendary enchantment creature god. She's indestructible, and the regular god text that if you don't have enough devotion, she's in a creature. But at the beginning of each upkeep, if you had another creature enter the battlefield under your control last turn, you draw a card. So the basis of the deck is a lot of flash creatures because you want to cast a creature every single turn, and that way this says one spell each turn.
Yeah.
So you with something like a white mane lion. A white mane lion is a one and a white for a 2/2 flash creature that when it enters, you return a creature to its owner's hand.
Yeah.
You can return itself. It can return itself. So the thing is, you have moderation already out. You play the lion. You put it back into your hand. You draw a card because of moderation. Then the next upkeep, you draw a card because of Ifara. You do it again, and there's a little engine you can do with that deck.
Mhm.
Hmm.
That's the only
Interesting.
like I remember because this is a very interesting deck. It's a blue. It's basically blue white creatures, and generally speaking, blue white doesn't do like creature based strategies.
That's true. That is completely true. My next card is Sylvan Anthem. Is a 2 green enchantment. Green creatures you control get +1/+1, and
The
whenever a
card.
green creature, ah, what happened to Chris? Did he die?
He
No, no, no.
froze. He froze. It's
He
okay. Keep going.
froze. Okay, so Sylvan Anthem, 2 green enchantment. Green creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever a green creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry one.
We
I
talked
like
uh,
this. You
we
guys
talked
talked
about
about
this.
it.
Yeah, no, it should have been white.
It should
Yeah,
have
it
been
should have been
white.
white. That was my
Because
little rant. I went on a rant.
this is just a better crusade.
Crusade.
This is just a better like there's several effects in white that do this. We're
Mm-hmm.
2 mana,
Okay.
and this is just that but better.
Mm-hmm. It's very
I don't
Okay.
frustrating
understand what's
seeing
like.
this
Why
card.
did you? Green did not need this.
Yes.
Green
But
did
but
not need
for
this.
me, but
No,
for
no,
me, I
no,
needed it.
no, 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 no.
But
Green
it's
has
part
so
of the
many other options.
frustration we have with not having good cards in white.
Like
This could have been easily a white card. Why is
That's
it
true.
green, man? And now green has literally the best crusade or anthem effect out of all of them by default. Like, come on, it's insane. It
Mm-hmm.
makes no sense, man. Like, it's cool. It's cool that green has it, I guess, because green also has had anthem effects, even though they've been crappier. But at least white usually tends to have the good anthem effects because it's always token based and weenie based. But then you give them literally the best anthem.
Yeah, that's true.
It's insane.
That's true. So
But
my
you'll use
uh
it for your squirrel deck.
yes, yes, and for elves.
Yeah, it's really good for those.
So my last card, and I think I saw you guys post this card. I think it was the first card you guys talked about. Is
Oh yeah,
Dagon Shadow Slayer.
yes.
I like this card due to all his effects.
Mhm.
Dagon Slayer is cost 3 mana, black, blue, white, legendary planeswalker. Dagon Shadow enters the battlefield with a number of loyalty counters on him equal to the number of lands you control. +1 is Surveil 2. -3 is exile target creature. -6, you may put an artifact card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield. And Here's Chris. What
Yeah,
happened?
coming at you from the lifeless void del sitio que no tiene luz.
I imagine that's what happened.
Yeah,
So
power, like just
power
decided,
went out.
nah, I don't want to work
Yeah,
today.
it's Puerto Rico.
Oh God, it's Puerto Rico. So I like this planeswalker. For obvious reasons, it will look amazing in my Golos commander. Uh,
Really?
Really?
yes,
How can you abuse it?
I don't like just -3, -3, -3. Just exile
exactly.
creatures.
Oh, okay.
No, and actually, Surveil can help me out because Surveil I can take out if I'm already, let's say, example, if I'm already like having a lot of lands, if I have the correct number of lands,
Hmm.
to do like say Golos multiple times or anything, I can actually throw away the lands that I don't need and keep the cards that I really do want to keep on top of the deck.
Okay.
You know,
Eh,
and then the other one is the you may put an artifact card from your hand or graveyard onto the
like
battlefield.
Golos is an artifact. He happens to be one, so yeah, I guess that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And not only that, I have artifacts like that put cards. So I know you guys usually destroy them or counter them, so I can bring them back. So that's why I like the card. Uh, it's not something that I'm gonna abuse, but having another commander in my commander deck that removes a card or a creature, it's a plus for me because then I'll have another card that I can actually use for removal as well.
Yeah.
You know, because Golos has many sorceries and instants that are either short removal or to get lands because of the win condition of the gates.
Yeah.
So it's not that great of a thing. But before we go ahead, I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing my screen. Guys, if you guys have your list, send them to the private chat. Like that, I can go ahead and search the cards in the shared screen.
Uh,
I know they're in the Facebook chat. Yeah.
there's some comments too. There you go.
Oh, okay. That's okay. So Jose Angel Pagan Lopez tells us combine that enchantment with Narset, part of of Veils, so they don't draw even when they cast spells. I think it's kind of funny.
That's cute. Yeah.
That's yeah. Then Aaron Dwight on Twitch tells us that enchantment is mostly for commander.
Hmm.
Auto include in all my commanders. They got a lot of people that play blue. You know how it is.
True.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so
I
JP
sent
sent.
it twice, but
No, it's
yeah.
okay. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go with the first one. I'm gonna go ahead and search it here.
I'll give you my list now. My list is pretty small, so
Okay, here we go. First card on the list. I'm just gonna go ahead and share the window. Boop. There you go. Blah. So we got here
Archon of Cruelty.
Arch-
So
Archon of Cruelty.
yeah,
Go
it's
ahead.
a 6 black for a creature Archon and to 6/6. Whenever Archon of Cruelty enters the battlefield or attacks, target opponent sacrifices a creature or a planeswalker, discards a card, loses 3 life, and you draw a card and gain 3 life. This card is a reanimation target. That's all it is. You never really want to cast it for 8 mana. This is a really really good reanimation target when
Yeah,
it
if you're casting
enters
it
and
for
when it
8, you're
attacks.
losing.
So you get the Titan type of effects. Usually those are when they enter and when they attack. This kind of combines like Kroxa and Uro at the same time. And also in this set, there's going to be persist is that card getting printed, and that card just reanimates for cube. If you go like if you're in a high powered cube, you can go like turn 1 Entomb into turn 2 animate this, and this is brutal. You can remove a creature, remove up like if for some reason they have a planeswalker on turn 2, which in high powered cubes is not that uncommon. It's like very high powered. So you could throw this. They have to sacrifice a planeswalker, discard a card, and you gain life and you draw a card. It replaces itself. That's the really like it may not sound like that much, but having it replace itself is very key to this card.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's go ahead and search for the next card. I think I wrote it right. I mean, I copy pasted right. I hope.
Search the
I,
premises.
yeah. The thing
Yeah.
is that the list is not vertically, so I have to
You could
copy paste and
you could look them up on Skyfall.
Yeah, that's what I did. It was much better
Yeah.
than what you're
oh
trying to
okay.
do right now.
So here's
Okay.
the second one, JP. Go ahead.
I hate this.
I love it.
I
I
It's a
want
great
20
card
of
for
them.
white, man.
I need it.
You
White
sure?
finally gets
Yeah.
yes.
You sure?
Yes.
It's card
Yeah.
So
draw. If you
I,
get
I,
attacked,
Card
I don't
draw.
hate. I don't hate it because it's a bad card. I hate it because it's not a good card.
I feel it does. Okay, I understand what you mean. It should say draw and it should be 3 mana.
No,
Fine.
it's like, no, maybe not that to that point, but really, you need to spend 6 mana to break even with this to draw one card.
Understandable, because it's not an incentive if enough for people to hit you in the face. If we would have said draw, then people will be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna hit you unless I really need to hit you."
I rather it say whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, draw a card. You can't draw more than 3 cards a turn this way.
But if you put a limit on it, they're just gonna hit you with everything.
Mm-hmm.
Drawing 3 cards. What? The mana investment. You might like you don't play mono white. I've played mono white. I played black white. The mana investment is just too much. If you're
But
like
that's what I'm saying, maybe should have been cheaper.
yeah, but instead of 4 mana, 3 mana, I would have accepted that.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
Okay.
like at 4 mana, just for her card, it's like it's just not where I would want to be. I wouldn't play this card.
Okay. It's one of the
Okay.
weaker white enchantments.
But they justify this. Oh look, we gave white card draw.
Yeah, by doing
But-
investigate. I know.
But you kind of
I just don't
you
see this
did,
as
but
card draw. I really don't. Like, I just saw it as like, oh, I get attacked and I get like a token, which sure, it's not like a blocking token or anything, but it has synergy with other cards, and that's where I think that it can where it can find its value. The fact that it can work together with other cards in other colors. For mono white, yeah, no.
yeah, but they suggested this card as card draw for white.
True.
That's
That
what
is true.
that's what they said. Oh yeah, look, we gave white card draw. That's exactly what they said.
All they did was just like throw white under the bus once again.
Although plus side for Osgear, this is not completely horrible.
It's not completely horrible, no.
It's kind of like in a budget Osgear deck.
Exactly.
This is actually not kind
that's
of
like
bad.
the whole thing. It works if you combine it with other colors. In mono white,
That
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
clear though. Like JP said, it's clearly
It's a-
designed for people to be like, this is supposed to go in your mono white because this is gonna be your card draw, guys.
Mhm.
Get it? Because we give you very janky card draw.
And then
Yep.
people don't just decide not to attack you, beat you in another way, and you never get any. Like it's one, it's conditional. That's a
Yeah.
problem.
Very
But
conditional.
like it's
Mhm.
just it's a step in the right direction, but it's not there yet.
Agree. Fair enough.
And then we got Aaron Dwight here that says that the previous card that we showed, the
Mhm.
Arkin, he says
Yarok.
good for Jarok
yes,
Yes.
and for Moldrafa.
yes, 100% agree. I got
Is
a
insane. And then he's like, search the premises, Smothering
Smothering
Tide,
Tide.
and Anointed Procession on a token deck, of course.
Yeah, but
Of
that's the
course.
same thing that
Commander only.
But those
yeah,
are better.
that's
though.
the same thing that I was like referring to. Like, this is a card that works well when you have other things that like synergize with it. For example, you can do like the squirrel every time, like, well, not even, because you can't even use that in Commander, I guess. Like, you would have to have like a 4-color deck or something. It's
Yeah.
I would really love to have that card and to use it in, like, for example, my token deck along with the squirrel. But again, this is something that works for me personally because of the type of deck I'm playing, but that's about it. Unless you mix it with another color in mono white, it just doesn't really do much.
Scryfall, John. Scryfall.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Just,
right.
just making sure. Just making sure.
This is just a lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like Scryfall during preview season because they never update in time. But
But
once preview season's over, Scryfall
they
is like the
have
best.
they have everything.
Yeah, they have everything. Once they have everything, they're golden. But preview season, they're horrific. 'Cause they take like days to update. I always hate that.
And there hasn't been like the set is out already. Like
Oh yeah,
fully-
yeah. So
fully
when it's out, like they're golden. They're always great on that. They show you and they show you like the different ones and the pricing. It's also pretty and
Yeah.
fancy.
I
But
like
before
the fact
that,
that I like the fact that I am in the page and it's not even moving.
oh, it's not loading.
Okay. Yeah, it's not loading, like legit.
Oh, Aaron
Okay.
Dwight keeps saying to us, honestly, white alone isn't a good color at the moment. It
not.
isn't. You're right. I wouldn't recommend playing it alone. Sadly, it's been getting the boot for so
There you
long.
go.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And
It
they,
has.
they keep
We've
trying
mentioned it
to
multiple
address
times.
it, but they address it so slowly, and it's like one or two good cards in every set is not enough.
I think
Okay.
that the problem with that here is that we tend to like be like, okay, well, white is having issues in the fact that like it's not getting good enough support, and I think that one of the problems that the community has, not just us, is that we expect that if white isn't good now, they're going to get support like next set. Yeah, they're totally going to do it, and as we've mentioned before, Wizards tends to plan their sets out with a lot of time. I just think that they just had like a huge oversight with white that we are not going to see fixed in a while unless they print like a supplemental set or do something that to just help out white.
Christopher, we've been saying that white is crap for like 5 years in Commander, and it's just been in a commander sense, not even like in a normal, competitive scene. We
Yeah,
said it like in
the thing is,
commander
though,
purposes.
that in other
They've known
competitive
for
scenes,
years.
Even
but
then-
in other competitive scenes, like in modern and in standard, even like white hasn't been doing all that bad until recently, like fairly recently.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like even then, until War of the Sparks, where the mono white weenies deck was actually pretty decent. After that set rotated, that was it. I haven't seen any white decks. And
Mm.
that's
That's
it's
Aaron,
been a while.
Aaron says Wizards just keep chugging green forward every set. Yes, we need new people working on R&D and card development. Not gonna lie. Yeah, they
Yeah.
should just boot everyone out of there because they
Yeah.
seem to love green and blue, and I love blue, but goddamn, they're giving too much to blue. Although
just
they've
that,
been
like-
giving the shaft to blue for a while, but green's getting way too many good stuff.
Yeah,
Way
but
too
at the same time, blue has been like out of control for so long that it's like same thing as
Oh, no.
Jun. Like it's been out of control
Fair,
for
fair,
so long that it's
fair.
like we can give
No,
it a
it's
break.
fair. It's fair.
Yeah,
No, it's
true.
fair, and I don't mind. That's why I'm not super like hypercritical. But then when you combine it in Simic colors, then it's broken anyway. So it's like, then you're not solving anything.
Oh, the next card is Dalthi Voidwalker. It's black for a creature, Dalthi Rogue. It says shadow if a card would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, instead exile it with a void counter. And you can tap to sacrifice the Dalthi Voidwalker and choose a card with a counter and just cast it for free.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Once more, like
Stupid
at
broken
least you have to tap him and sacrifice him. Can you imagine how insane this would be if you just had to tap him or something
No,
I
you
can-
just
I
have
can-
to
oh.
sacrifice him.
So I can just imagine in Cube, turn 1,
even so.
Dark
Yeah.
Ritual. I have 3 black mana. I cast this, then I thought seize your Emrakul from your hand.
Oh,
Look, it's
my
going to the
god!
graveyard. Oh no, it's exiled. It never touches the graveyard. Next turn.
Oh
Yes, I have
no.
yes, I have an Emrakul. Woo-hoo.
I would have
gimme.
like I would love to see that just for the interaction. On the bright side, you have to tap him still, so unless it has
Yeah.
haste, it's still like pretty under control. I mean,
Yep.
all I have to say about this card is the same I've said about cards of the same type. The fact that I can preemptively remove stuff from my opponent's hand, and on top of that, this thing allows you to like cast it. This to me is fantastic. I love this card. It was also on my list.
It's one-sided. That's what I like.
So
You know the
guys,
funniest
it's not
part?
symmetrical.
It, on top of all the good stuff that it has, it also has shadow. For
Yes.
Yeah.
some stupid
Yes,
reason.
yes. I'm
3/2
so
shadow, so it's
happy
a
about
good
that.
attacker.
yep. So then we got Aaron Dwight says, but Simic is broken because green.
Yeah.
I
And then Sebastian Wilson says,
Bounce
I
back.
see some bounce back from graveyard
Graveyard, yeah.
potential.
yeah,
Hell
agreed.
yeah. Yeah,
Oh
god
yeah.
damn it. Sorry. Broken card.
Yeah.
Jesus.
The next card
Riptide
is
Laboratory.
yeah, it's a land. You pay that's one in the blue, and return target wizard you control to its owner's hand.
Yeah.
Pretty simple. I just really like this reprint. It was pretty expensive, if I'm not mistaken. It got really expensive because of a few commanders. I just really like the reprint. I'll
Including
probably get
Asami, which is ridiculous.
yeah, but I'll probably get one just because I can have it on the back burner. It'll probably be very useful. But there's nothing really specific about this card. I just really like the card and it's getting reprint.
Okay.
Okay.
Next
Cool.
cards.
I think we all had
Oh
this.
wait.
No,
Is it this?
It's either
Oh, it's only-
Sithis or
yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
those are two separate cards. Sir.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
This is Harvest Sand.
I think we all had like this card
Yes.
in like
Yes, we did.
the modern probably like it's green white, but it's probably gonna be banned. The modern banned enchantment deck
Yep.
is gonna be a thing. It's 100%. I feel like it's
Yeah.
gonna be a
Yep.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
This card proves it. It's an actual enchantress. Like
Mhm.
there's been enchantresses in modern, especially with the enchantress presence being also a card now in modern.
Mhm.
You got Enchantress Presses, Mesa Enchantress, you got Sithis, you also got the Satyr. Well, those are like 3 mana. This one is 2 mana, just like Argothian Enchantress, which is the reason why enchantments work in Legacy.
Mhm.
Argothian Enchantress, although the problem with her is she has Shroud, so maybe
Yep.
might be a bit strong for modern. This one kind of offsets that. I know you also get so to offset that you get the 2 colors and it happens to be an enchantment. You gain a life when you draw the card, so it kind of just. I'm not sure if it's fully. I don't think it's better, but it's very close.
Yeah, it's definitely
And
not better. I mean, you always got to consider the fact that this thing dies to shock, not even lightning bolt. It dies to a shock. So
Veil
Sure.
Push.
Yeah, but it's a combination of all these enchantresses and the type of
Mhm.
deck that you're building. If you build like a Boggles deck or whatever,
I'm,
it's gonna go insane.
I'm still
Very
thinking
quickly.
of the
Yeah.
into the real, just making an infinite mana deck because
Yeah.
with
Sure.
you have the Dryad that makes the mana for each enchantment you control,
yes,
and the Untapper for 1 mana. So all you need is those 2 cards, and you just go infinite in any color mana actually. So
This I had it on my list because Fabiola plays Subasa and that's a banned enchantress deck essentially.
Oh
So
yeah,
this is
yeah.
just
Yes.
Lorenzo
not
has it on his list.
yeah.
everybody
Crystal
has it on their
Obvious
list.
everyone had it on their list.
It's a
Yeah,
magnificent
because
card.
it's a
Like
really good enchantress. It's a
I just
2 mana
like the
enchantress.
potential of being able to make something similar to my Joyra deck with
Mhm.
this card, even though it is still in I always
But
forget
Chris,
remember the
the
color
question
combination.
is, if you make a
Mhm.
commander like with this card, will it win?
no,
It
It'll ju-
eventually it'll win eventually.
They
I
all
promise.
say eventually. That's not
Eventually.
I
event-
just
no.
hey, on the bright side, I can't take like 20 extra turns, so it gives it actually it's fair. Like I just gain a bunch of life, so it's fine. It's fair.
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
It's fair.
so
It's fair.
Aaron Dwight says, collected Boggles, collected Enchantress.
Collected
Ooh.
Company, yeah, that could be a
Oh
pretty
yes,
interesting card for that.
that I
Really
didn't
good.
think about that. That's actually great.
It's
Okay,
really good. Yeah.
I just want to talk about Soul Talisman real quick. It's a bad card.
Yep.
Yep.
And
You
objectively,
think?
yeah. Well, it's a bad card except in one deck. I think an Osgear. I would run. I would want. I am going to like. This is not going to be expensive. Unlike Mox Tantalite, the reason Mox Tantalite is expensive is because it's a mythic.
Mhm.
That's
yeah,
it.
because even
it's
Mox
actually-
Pantala just isn't a great card. I was going
It's
to
not a
get
good
it
card.
originally, and I was like, wait a minute, this isn't good. What am I doing?
I want one because I have Osgear. and I really like Osgir.
You're
But
missing Mux Amber.
Hey, hey,
I
Mox
don't,
Lux
Amber
Amber
is
is fine.
good though.
No. I mean for Oscar. Whoa. Calm down,
Oh,
guys. Calm
no,
down.
No, yeah, it's a fine,
okay.
it's a fine Mox, but the way the thing is, these are more, these are easily abusable. That's what I'm
yes,
trying to say. These are really good.
mostly because Osgir looks at mana value, and this has mana value of 0.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, in terms of this design space, I don't like it because you're just making an icon and what would be an iconic card into a suspend card with a cost that's just not equivalent. So this is trying to be Soul Ring, and that's other than the 2 mana, the name, the suspend 3 for 1 mana. That's what kills it. If
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
were
If it was like
suspend
suspend
0,
one or something, I'd be kind of
no,
fine.
no,
Yeah.
it's just no. Suspend 1 is too strong.
I
That's
guess
a
it's just the soul
I,
rings. It's fine.
I think
no, because that would be a Soul Ring in modern.
it would have
Oh,
been
right. That is
suspend
true,
two.
though.
At suspend 2 for 1 mana, it would be very, very, very strong, but I feel like more reasonable.
Yeah.
Even then, the Ask for Told deck could run this, and
Mhm.
that deck is going to be insane for whatever it eventually becomes.
Yeah.
That deck is going to be insane. I don't know how or what they're going to make, but it's gotten so much support, and that card has just gone in price. It's like $80, $90
Yeah.
for
Wow.
each copy.
I
Yeah.
had like two
Uh,
copies, two copies in a old
for our
machine.
listeners at home, As Foretold is an enchantment. It's a 2 and a blue. The first spell you cast each turn costs 0, and you can cast a spell this way for each counter it has, and you can decide to put counters, so you can decide not to put counters. So what you do is you leave it at 0, and you just cast Soul Talisman for free.
Mhm.
You can
Mm-hmm.
cast Ancestral Visions for free. You can cast
Gaia's Wheel.
any suspend card
For
with
free.
no mana cost for free, and that's
Yeah.
what really makes it very, very strong. Restore Balance, all those cards. I just feel like they should stop doing these suspend these suspend cards that are
That
like
are
nostalgia for,
garbage.
yeah, basically.
Okay.
But I'm
So
running
for
this
the
card.
next one,
It's
okay,
very
okay,
Glimmer
Glimmer. There we
Baron.
go.
Glimmer Baron. One, look at the art.
That
Look
looks
at the
cute.
art.
yes. Yep.
Look at the art. That's it. That's all. Like,
That's
what
the only reason why it's on my list too. Is
no,
look
no,
at the art.
the second reason. This is a popper card. We're not really popper experts. Well, this is a popper card if I've ever seen one.
We should
Sacrifice
ask the professor.
sacrifice
Mhm.
a token. So it doesn't say creature, doesn't say creature token. A token, so treasures, clues, anything. That's just a token. That makes it very strong. Two, for Popper, it survives Electricity. It survives. I don't think it survives. It doesn't survive Fork Bolt, but it survives a
It's
lot
fine.
of
It's fine. It just
the
gets hit with a
the
shock. It's fine.
no, but it survives a lot of the board wipes that would be for for 1 damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
And even then, when you play this, you could have a creature and sacrifice it, a creature token, sacrifice it, or any token actually, but a token and sacrifice it. Give this +2/+2, and usually it will survive.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
feel like this is a very, very good card
You
for
put
that
this with
set.
a Thraben Inspector type deck, and it could go off very quickly. Become kind of insane.
The forgot the name of the card. Basically, it's 4 mana. You create 2/1/1s, and when you tap two, you can tap 3 white creatures and flashback it for free.
Yeah.
And you get
That's
four. Basically, it's like that deck, just with a green white token deck. It can
Mhm.
actually be
Mhm.
a pretty decent thing.
So
Yeah.
before we continue to the next card, Aaron Dwight says for Soul Talisman might be good for Urza Commander or Artifact Focus Commanders, maybe for big ramp projects.
I wouldn't
The
use it in my Urza commander ever because it's unless I drew it turn 1, it's the only
or
way I would play it. And even then it's a worn power
no,
stone
no,
at best.
and you pay, or when
Mhm.
you
And
pay 5 mana and shuffle, and that's the top card you get. and then
Yeah.
okay, might as well just cast
Yeah.
it for free.
Might as well, but really, I'd rather have anything else. I'd rather have a Jewel Lotus on my hand and be able to cast my Urza very quickly. You know what I mean? Or have a Mana Crypt or a Mana Vault.
Mhm.
There's so many other Mana Rocks in Urza. Like for Urza, that could be better. But for Osgear, it's perfect.
Okay, Resurgent Belief. I think all three of us, like Alejandro
it's
and I
really good.
and Christopher,
Yeah.
did you have this?
I did not
It's
because I
replenish.
literally just assumed like yeah, like JP or like Alejandro are gonna have this on their list. I'm just gonna like skip over it.
So
Mhm.
So artifact reanimation. I was like, as a expert in reanimation, I would
True story.
I would say that enchantment reanimation is probably the hardest. Artifact reanimation, and even I guess planeswalker would be are pretty hard. Land artifacts and creatures are very easy to bring back. So enchantment reanimation is not common. This goes in any in any enchantment deck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It just goes because replenish, what this is based off, is a very expensive card right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh,
So right now it says here it's for $14 in the
No.
TCG player market.
Talking about
that's
replenish.
replenish,
Go
not
go look
the
for replenish for a second. Just look it up. Just look it
Oh.
up inside
Okay.
Scryfall. Just put Scry. No. Just put it in Scryfall.
Well,
Just put
let's
it in
go to
Scryfall.
TCG player.
Okay. I
Easy.
mean,
TCG
it's
player
gonna put it on
replenish
your
for
sure.
$102.
Uh-huh.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude, that's
Okay.
it's super expensive. Like I've told Fabiola because she has my copy of Replenish, but I bought it when it was like $20,
There you go. Is it
and I
this one?
told
Yeah, this
her,
one.
yeah. So I told her, please be careful with my Replenish because it's very expensive. And she's like, how expensive? And when she looked at it last time, it was at $70.
You can get it damaged for a little price of $74.99.
Yeah,
Yes,
dude,
for the low
it's
price of
insane.
$74 or your whole ass sold.
So I'm thankful that we have this new version of Replenish, and it's a good suspend card because it's only suspend 2 and you pay 2.
Yeah, it's
And it doesn't heavily put a target on you.
no,
It
it
might
doesn't. Yeah,
because it is a replenish, but it's not horrible. You know what I mean? Like it's like okay, so he's gonna reanimate his enchantments in 2 turns. We'll be wary of you, I guess, but it's fair. Like it's fair. It's well costed. It's low suspend cost. It's a good replenish alternate. Really
Mhm.
good
Yeah.
replenish alternate.
Aaron Dwight says Resurgent Belief is broken beyond belief.
Oh no, of course. Yeah, yeah.
You know, so
I don't feel like
everybody.
it's broken
Uh-huh.
because simply because of the suspend. Like this is automatically having suspend doesn't make it
Mm.
broken. Like it just unbreaks it completely just because it has that suspend cost. But definitely like a super strong card if like no one can stop it or like exile your graveyard or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I want to make an it's just something that came in my brain, so it's just a little brain fart. You know how it is. So everybody that's watching us or listening to us right now, if you guys are already up to this point of the podcast, if you guys would like to be invited to our program, just go ahead and comment below when we put this episode live. If you guys want to be part of it on next Friday or another Friday, we can go ahead and schedule it a time for you guys to pass by and talk about magic. It could be talk about magic in a good way or in a bad way, like we always do. And you know what's so much funny, guys? That remember when we were when this was like the first episode came out, and we're like, no, we're gonna be like talking about magic. We're gonna be very broad about all topics, and the only thing that comes out of our mouths is Commander.
Always.
I don't know of any other format. Is there any other format?
Nope,
There
I don't
isn't
know
really, not
any
really.
other format. No,
What-
I really don't.
Format? I thought that there was like
I
only
thought
one way of
Magic
saying
was
Magic.
Commander.
I
That's it.
know, right?
We always talk about like a standard for and like a modern. I don't know what a modern horizons is. It because we're moderning our horizons to
No, it's
Commander?
because
Is that
we're
it?
taking older cards and making them modern for Commander. That's what we're doing.
Oh, they're making them modern for
Yeah,
Commander. Oh, I
exactly.
see. I
Exactly.
see.
That's why there's so
Cool,
many
cool.
reprints.
Yeah,
I see.
There
I
you
see.
go.
It's always for our benefit. The Commander
of
players.
course.
Aaron Dwight says Commander is the only format that exists. The other formats are
Yeah.
See, Exactly.
He understands. He understands
Gets
us.
it? Yeah.
Arena, like MTG Arena, it's like this fan made game that the
Yeah.
like the fan base tried to build because they were getting kind of bored with Commander and they wanted to build this thing called Standard.
I
Like
hear the
I don't know.
microtransactions on that is pretty bad.
Sebastian was just
Obviously.
like, obviously.
Oh my god!
Man.
Thank
So-
you guys.
So again, I'm gonna remark it again. If any of you guys want to pass by and join us in an episode, come by. Write on the comments on the when we this episode goes live tomorrow. Write in the comments below on our Facebook page, and then we'll go ahead and send you a message so that we can go and cook something
Yeah.
up with you guys.
Yes,
So-
bring your decks. Join us for Commander Night. Come on, let's do it.
Commanders.
Yeah, we need to do a Commander Night again.
Yes.
So guys, here you go. We got the first card from Orengo because he has Resurgent Belief and
Search the
Sithis.
premises
And search the premises. So yeah, so we got Goblin and
A narcomancer. He likes anarchy.
I'm just gonna
Mances
say
anarchy.
it's more broken than the Is It one because this literally says each spell. That's the only thing I wanted to
Yes.
address. This is literally a medallion.
Another thing is
a medallion for 2 colors.
the red
Yes.
green storm deck we've been just talking about for the last few
Yeah.
episodes.
It's kind of
is-
insane
it-
now.
That can be a thing now. Like
Yeah.
that can be
But-
actually a
Me-
thing.
Like
'cause
I
you just-
feel bad for not bad, but people buy your metamorphosis very quickly because
they're
you're going to
already
shoot up.
expensive though.
Oh yeah, I
already
know they're already expensive, but they're going to shoot up even more. Like
It's
this is
just-
going to be an auto include for
This
any.
is
like,
a
type of
common
deck.
that costs $6.
Oh, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna crash.
Oh
Don't
no,
worry
yeah,
about
it's
it.
gonna crash.
But-
It's
But
gonna
it's
crash.
gonna be like
Yeah.
this is gonna be a thing. Like this is
You-
no
yeah,
lie
it is.
now.
You turn one Wild Cantor, maybe if you're ever gonna even run that card because it adds mana. Goblin and Narcomancer on turn 3, the turn 2, and then you just actually no
Like,
with Wild Cantor and this on turn 2. If you sacrifice the Wild Cantor for mana, you can Manamorphose and go off.
oh
Yeah,
my
go
god.
off. The
Just
thing is, your
Manamorphose.
Manamorphose costs 1, and then but you produce 2 mana every time.
Yeah. So you
So you go nuts.
Manamorphose, and then go into your Burning Tree
Don't forget
Emissary.
too.
Burning Tree Emissary 4 times, and then only then you cast Chatterstorm and make a
Jesus.
Just you know what you're. But the thing is, you don't even have to go in a storm route. You can go in a general like Gruul
Stompy.
beatdown strategy.
Stompy.
Yeah, a Stompy strategy. And this thing is good too because it's for spells. It's not limited like the
What's it-
Is It one.
What's it
That's
called?
why it's so freaking ridiculous.
The Bushwhacker deck.
Mhm.
Thank you.
You
Is
Yes.
there
just
like the
go-
goblin deck we were talking about too? Is that it, the Bushwhacker, or is that another
Yeah,
one?
but there's Gruul versions that use Burning Tree Emissary because
Exactly.
you can burst out like 4 emissaries and then
A bushwhacker.
not the Bushwhacker, the other one.
I don't know. Yeah, but I know what you mean.
Reckless Bushwhacker.
There you
Not,
go.
it's like not the Goblin Bushwhacker, which does the same, but it's red. Reckless
Right.
Bushwhacker, if you cast another spell, it has Surge, so it's 1 in a red. So you can
Right.
use the red green from either from Burning Tree Emissary,
Mhm.
and then you get +1/+0 to everything and haste.
Okay, guys. So Aaron Dwight says Goblin, Orenco Master, whatever, will be really good. Like really, really, really good. Remember that the one that reduces red and blue
Yeah.
costs for Nesukar. Yeah,
100%.
this is going to be insane.
That's what I'm
Collected goblins.
Collected Company is just a
I think-
fantastic card, and in
be
anything
honest-
that has small creatures, it just works.
to be honest, Collected
Man.
Company will be too slow for this. This is just turn
Yeah, it's-
3, let's go. We're
Yeah.
going.
You can also just have a bunch of goblin like anarchomancers and just whatever his name is. You can just cast a freaking Collected Company for like 1. It's fine. This is great. This is perfect.
We have a couple of them. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
It's gonna lower
yeah.
the cost of everything.
It is.
This is my goblin of choice right now. Like I'm even considering just tearing apart Krenko just so I can make like a red-green goblin deck or
Yeah,
something.
break up your Krenko deck. Shit, break it up. Make a shitty Gruul goblin deck. See how that
Yeah, but
goes.
Power,
that means I gotta use it. Then I gotta use it before
Power
I break
Depot.
it.
So Power Depot, it is an artifact land, which is cool. It taps for colorless, or it can tap to add one mana of any color and spend this mana only to cast artifact spells or activate artifact. What? I'm sorry.
abilities.
Activate the
Or
ability.
Abilities.
And it has modular 1, which is kind of ridiculously crazy. So
Yeah.
I love this card. I will use it in every artifact deck from here until the end of eternity.
Why?
Yeah.
No.
Why
Well,
not?
if it's colored, because it produces colored, and you can sack it too. Like if I choose to sack it, it literally has modular too, which
It
is
is
kind of
just
bizarre.
tapped.
Mhm.
It does not. Oh, it does intertap. Oh no, I didn't see that. I thought it was. I
I
thought
mean,
Oof.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
the modular alone just
Oh,
kind
no,
of
no,
makes
no,
it
no, no,
really
Chris is
worth
shit.
it.
No, this
Come
is shit.
on.
Sorry.
Oh,
Go
like
on to
the
the next one.
excitement was like high, and he's
I
like,
thought
and then
because I
just
thought it
tapped.
was. Why would it enter tap? Why? There's no need.
Oof.
It's fine for what it does, but no, it's a nice shit. It's shit. I'm sorry. There's no
Wait.
justification. Even
I
with
have
the
to write
modular
down
one,
here
which
something.
is a cute little ability. It's
Yeah.
cute, but no, it enters tap. Although I guess for the
No,
modern
very real life.
weird modular that they want to do, it's not horrible. Because you know what? In mana fixes you for the weird Boros variant that they're trying to push.
Mm.
Because then you can have the scavenger, the really good one for modular,
Or
stack
Arcbound
this.
Scavenger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can have that sack it and it adds 2 counters now instead of 1. That's cool, I guess. But yeah, no, I dismissed this. I will never put this in Urza. This is disgusting. I really thought it didn't come untapped. Why would I assume it come untapped? I'm sorry. That's crap.
Oh, it's
Move
okay.
on.
Next card,
Move on.
shirtless agent.
Okay, obviously, we don't
Or-
need to talk about it too much. It's going to enable
professor
specific
was
decks
right.
to be incredibly insane.
The professor
Um,
was right though. I was kind of pleasantly surprised. He
What?
in his prediction video, the professor from the Tulare Community College, he
I
predicted that this card was
Oh,
going to get
right,
printed.
right. I didn't doubt that. I really thought they were going to print it because there were so many suspend cards. They had to push. They had to put the Shardless agent to finalize having the because you got to justify it somehow. You can't keep banking on the fact that you have to use what's the other one?
As foretold,
No, not the creature one.
the Bloodbraid Elf.
Bloodbraid Elf and the
Yeah, Broadbraid Elf.
yeah.
You can't keep people justifying using Broadbraid Elf or Ask for Told. You need Charlie's agent for people to be like, okay, now Suspend is gonna be a thing.
Now you can just cast Bloodbraid Elf into Shardless Agent into another spell.
And
Exactly.
into humans.
Humans with Cascade,
Ooh.
Collected Cascade. I feel like he
Collected
loves
Cascade.
Collected Company a little, just a
A
smidge.
little too much.
Unfortunately, this doesn't work with
Just a-
with
Hey,
Cascade.
you know what? By the
Collected
way,
Company.
Aaron, I bought the what was the secret layer that had the Collected Companies? The one that we bought,
Yeah,
John.
extra life.
Yeah, I got the extra life. Do you want my copy of Collected Company, man? Like, I can sell you that if you're like, because you're like clearly a Collected Company fan.
How much is that? How much is that collected?
I don't think it's that
company, though?
expensive. I think it's like.
Let's go ahead.
55.
Let's look for it.
Look for okay. I don't think it's that. I honestly think it's like probably $50. I don't think it's that expensive. Like the normal Collected Company isn't that much too.
Yeah, it's 1860.
There you go. Yeah.
Uh,
It ain't that expensive.
yeah, but where can we see the other one?
Are
Oh,
you
here you go.
trying to
Secret
tell
layer.
me that it's
Yeah,
Secret layer
affordable?
is for $21.
Oh, okay. So it went up. a
Oh,
little
that's not bad at all.
I
Compared to, like-
I love it. I don't like Collected Company. Look, I just like free spells. You know what?
Yeah.
I like free spells too. That's why I play
Yeah.
Urza, so I can play shit for free.
Yeah,
Mostly.
that's why I play Golos. Free planeswalkers.
No, stop it. Stop your.
I mean, I'm
I
pretty sure
can
that
play
we all
Urza.
we all just like playing spells for free. Like, who
No,
doesn't
stop.
like free stuff? We can play
Exactly.
Joy Run. It's fine. It's
No,
fantastic.
stop with your
Come on.
cancer.
Who,
Stop-
who,
stop
it's
with your
like I've noticed that there's this like we already know our commanders so well, each one's commander. We already know the outcome of what happens if you let one not play the card. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, don't let John look for lands because he's gonna do Golos like a bajillion times.
No,
Or-
it's fine. All you got to do is destroy Golos. We've already
Yeah. Just don't
let him come
stop it.
down. I'll just
Stop
play
it.
Baral.
Exactly.
It's fine.
Slap him in
that's-
the
That's
face.
exactly why we got to do a commander net. I can't wait to play Baral. It'll be great. I'll either just get a bunch of lands, or I'm just gonna draw like a maniac and be like, "Hey guys, hold on, I'm just trying to look for my like laboratory."
Oh
maniac.
God,
Be right
Jesus!
back."
No,
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 Get out,
no.
out.
No, man.
No.
Come on. What's wrong with you? Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. Get some help. Just,
Okay, so
This is where
Chris,
we draw the line. You're
yeah.
like talking about
I
like the
posted
supporting
his.
Atraxa.
you posted his. Okay,
Yeah, as far
okay,
as
let's
this
go ahead.
inevitable betrayal. Let's
Mm.
see how what bad cards does Chris.
I
All
guess
of
you
them.
wrote
All
it
of them.
wrong, or is this one of those scryfall errors?
I hope not. I hope I misspelled it. Let me see. Let me just look it
There
up
you
There you
go.
now.
go. There you go.
There we
I guess
go. Did I spell
betrayal
it wrong
was
again?
not. I didn't put that in
Oh,
my
'cause
list. I thought I did.
hmm.
Hmm.
I think I might have been at the list of the last podcast. I'm not 100% sure, actually. I was
Right.
actually thinking about that because I'm like, this blue card and Orengo didn't put it in his list. Like, it can't be. That can't
Maybe.
be right.
Hey,
So
bribery for cheap.
okay, Star City Games recently put out an article
Mhm.
where it was Sam Black, a player that's associated with some Star City Games, and Wizards of the Coast actually had him test Modern Horizons 2. This is one of those cards he was testing, and it wasn't actually bribery. So they were
Yeah.
looking for what iconic card they could put into this, and what card they were thinking of is Tinker.
Hmm.
Tinker is a rather, it's
Yeah.
a rather strong card. So they scrapped that idea really fast, and he suggested like a polymorph style Tinker. So you choose an artifact, you destroy it, and then they start revealing until they reveal an art. No, you start looking for an artifact and put it into play because that's a bit more fairer than the sacrifice cost. Uh, but they eventually just decided for a bribery.
Yeah.
Another card they were thinking of is Blatant Thievery, but again, Blatant Thievery for free is very very strong, even with a spend. Like you have to think of this as a free card,
Mhm.
ignoring the suspend card because that's how people are trying to break it.
Yep.
Yeah.
People aren't going to try to play this like fair magic. So yeah, this card is good, but the other what it could have been was going to be a lot better.
Yeah, if it was
Oh
going
yeah.
to be a free tinker, would have been ridiculously insane. So I like it as a 3-turn bribery. Because even I used to play bribery when I started playing Commander, because it was one of the cards that somehow wound up in my early collection. I don't know how. And it was one of my kind of expensive blue cards that I didn't know was expensive because I just had it. I think it was like one of those cards that people gave me as a part of their collection for free because they were quitting Magic. And I used to use it a lot. It was like a fun little card that people didn't expect, and I was like thinking, okay, who has like the juiciest cards? And
Big,
then
beefiest creature.
big beefy creatures, and then I'd be like, okay, let me search, and then I would search for their deck. It'd be kind of fun. I stopped using it because it's very casual, but it's kind of cool having it for 3 cost and a 3-turn delay. I think it's kind of cool because it'd be like you cast it, you kind of forget about it, and then 3 turns later, you're like, oh, cool. I'm gonna search up your deck because I know you have an Emrakul. Give me that, and then go nuts. For example, like that's
Yeah.
kind of cool. Uh,
I
Yeah.
like it. I like it.
yeah,
I enjoy it. I also think that it's really fun when you have like any kind of blue card that's like, oh yeah, just put that at the top of your deck or something, and then like next turn this comes down and you're like, hee, thank you
Oh,
for
yeah,
blue
yeah.
card. And also like as I've addressed like a million times before, being able to basically preemptively like get rid of something that your opponent has. I just love the whole idea. Does it suck to be on the receiving end of that like preemptive like taking stuff out? Yeah, it does, but I like playing it.
but that's why you play blue and you play
Sebastian
like
says
Elizabeth.
fair magic.
Yeah,
What's
fair
that?
magic.
I don't know
What's
what that
that?
People
is.
play fair magic. What is that?
I don't know what that is. And the thing is, Sebastian, this is the thing. You're talking to 4 people that at the brink of a commander game, one of us is losing, and out of the blue, the one that's losing wins.
Yeah, we just pull the
Sounds
victory
fun.
out.
Usually, yeah,
Yeah,
it's great. There's never a clear winner in our group.
I know,
Yeah.
There
right?
can be a clear loser, but there's never a clear winner.
That's
That is true. That is true. That is true. Okay, so let's go. Let's go to the same to next card, and as well, he says same.
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 So, Chris, why did you choose this card, and tell me why it's bad?
Yeah, please.
Look, look, I just enjoy the whole idea of like the magus of, and it's supposed to be like imitating another card. That's
But
pretty
it's
much
not.
the only reason why I put
But
that in.
it's not. It's not imitating another card.
Are you
We can
sure?
literally look. We can literally look for it. Look for bridge from below.
It's not. It's not
Yeah,
imitating the best
No,
part
it's
of
not.
it.
It's not. It's
It's
not imitating
imitating
it.
half of it, if I'm not
I know,
mistaken.
It's
I
not.
That's
know.
the
Every
problem.
every other magus of the whatever
Yeah,
imitates the card in function basically identically, but just on a creature. This one
yeah.
doesn't. This one
Which is
is.
frustrating, actually.
This is just Magus of the Open Graves. Look for like if you just look for open graves, if I'm mistaken, is that open? Let me just look for it over here.
Okay, so while
Yeah,
JP looks at that, look at this. You love cheating cards out. Tamio, Moon Sage, and Omniscience.
Yes, omniscience. I used to run a deck that both
Ah,
John and Alejandro
gross
encountered. It was
too.
a bat deck, and as you can see by Orengo's expression, nobody liked it but me.
No.
Stop it. Stop the cancer. Stop the cancer,
I'm only
please.
missing literally
Okay, guys,
Omniscience
hold on.
on my
Let me
commander
just
to
like
play
uh,
free stuff.
what was it? It was like doubling season to Mio, and let me just like just cast my whole deck. Bye.
okay.
Are we done? What are we doing?
Gross.
So this is Magus of the Bridge, but it should be Magus of the Open Graves. Open the Graves, because Open the Graves is 3 and a black for an enchantment that reads: whenever a non-token creature you control dies, create a 2/2. Actually, no, that's not this one. It's the one where it leaves, because this one activates when he leaves the battlefield, right? When it leaves the graveyard.
I believe. I guess.
Yeah, it says here
Uh,
whenever non-token creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, create a 2/2 black
yeah.
zombie creature
No,
token.
yeah.
Whenever
Uh,
it's
I
put
just like.
into an opponent's graveyard from the battlefield, exile Magus of the Bridge.
Okay,
Okay.
let me read you Bridge
I,
from Below. Seth from MTG Goldfish, Saffron Olive, he was actually really adamant about this card, and I agree. So I really like Bridge from Below. So Bridge from Below is a black for an enchantment. Whenever a non-token creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, if Bridge from Below is in your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Whenever a creature is put into an opponent's graveyard from the battlefield, if Bridge from Below is in your graveyard, exile Bridge from Below. So the reason I'm kind of like not don't like this card at all is, one, Bridge from Below did not deserve to be banned. They banned
True.
it, like they banned it from Modern because they
because of
just didn't,
Hogak, wasn't it?
because they just didn't want to ban Hogak, and then they just banned Hogak and didn't unban Bridge from Below.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So they like Bridge from Below decks were a thing, and because of the cards that Modern Horizon, like the first Modern Horizons gave them, made it even more of a thing. But then they just kind of banned it and banned Hogak when they just needed to ban Hogak. Actually, they needed to ban Hogak and Faithless Looting, because both of them are are a problem. I don't like that Faithless Looting is banned, because I really, really do like, that's exactly the type of deck I would run in Modern, just Faithless Looting type decks. But it needed to go, and I understand that. But I don't understand Bridge from Below, and this is not a Bridge from Below. This is just bad.
Nah, I just enjoy like the prospect of sacking things and putting zombies. That's literally it. That's why I like the card
Okay.
in the first place. But
That's fair.
I
That's
just
fair.
I just personally, the only thing that I didn't like from about Bridge from Below is the fact that it had to function from your graveyard, and it was an enchantment on top of that.
Mhm.
Like
That's the good part.
I
The good part is that you just
yes,
discard it, and you discard it and you just have it in your graveyard now. It just works.
yes, but I'm not saying I like this for modern. I just say I like this for like my janky builds. That's literally the reason why it's on my list, and just because it has some resemblance to the bridge. Which, now that you mention it, yeah, it does have it is missing that like little key part. But I don't know. I still like it. I just don't like the fact that it's a rare and that it's a zombie wizard instead of being like something more zombie related. I mean, a human wizard instead of being like a
Right.
zombie wizard or zombie anything. But other than that, like, yeah, it's not a great card, but I like it. I do. I just don't like that it's a rare. That's the only thing. That's the
It,
part that
it,
personally really bothers me.
I feel like it should, for that effect, it should be a rare.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's a point.
As someone who plays black and all
It's
those,
just considering
and
the
specifically
drawback
all
it
those
has.
cards,
Like it was just like if something from your opponents goes to the graveyard, it gets exiled. So it's kind of I don't know.
because it's bad. It should have been in the graveyard. Like it's just bad. Like that's the type of card you play and then you board wipe that same turn to get the benefit. So,
Yeah.
anyways, so tell us why this card is also bad.
This is bad because it's just Heliod for 6, and I'm angry about it. I literally added this one because I'm actually like angry that this is like a thing.
This
Because
is a bad rare. This is
This
a
is
bad
a
rare.
bad rare, dude.
Yeah.
It says this do this only once each turn.
yes, that like I like I said, I specifically put this on the list because I'm angry. Like, man, how long have players been complaining about trash rares? Like
Oh, too long.
just put
I
put
guess
it out there.
like
Just
okay. In defense of this card, I guess if you gain 50 million life, all your creatures are going to be 15 million strong, every single one, because it's that many +1 counters.
Well,
But
if you ult the Johnny
you gain
Planeswalker,
100.
like they
You
gain
gain
100
100.
life.
You gain 100 life, and all your creatures gain 100 counters.
yeah.
Mhm.
But
But
again,
yeah,
Sebastian says, "Bring back Thune."
ooh,
Archangel of Thune, that's a good card. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is
yeah.
a horrible card, man.
Yeah, I'm just very angry at it for the most part. Like,
I was gonna like.
if it's gonna come down for a converted mana cost of 6, at least let me do it as many times as I want, so I can just end the fucking game.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna do an effect like that, if you already have like a Heliod, which is like a a 3-costed indestructible enchantment god, at the very least, give me this for maybe like 4 mana if you're like that apprehensive about it or something. But 6 mana for this card, I just don't have like a way to even defend this. I love janky cards, I love garbage cards, but this is just not it. This
I was
ain't
gonna
it.
Yeah.
like.
Even Aaron Dwight says the same thing. Imagine Paragon as a rare, a 6-drop, only one trigger. This should have been at most an uncommon.
Yes.
I totally agree.
I was gonna make
Or
a joke.
at most,
How,
you know that sometimes the commander decks bring like that one bad card. That's one bad card.
Yep.
yeah, but
That's the one bad card.
I'm gonna bring a little point after we finish. I'm just gonna leave it for the end.
Okay. Let's go ahead and go to the next card.
You read that right? Harvester's Hand.
It has an apostrophe, I guess. It might be missing the apostrophe.
Harvester's Hand. Which one is that?
I'll just look for, hold on, because I know
I'm
that I like.
looking for it.
Hold on,
No, not even with the.
hold on.
What does it
Oh,
do?
my bad. No. It's the whole name because I put a comma. It's Sithis. My bad.
Oh.
It's Sithis Harvester's Hand. That's what. 'Cause it
Oh
has,
wait,
like,
didn't we
comma
talk
for her
about
name.
that card already?
Yeah, we
Yes,
already
we
did.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
Okay, Captain Ripley.
Yeah, Captain Ripley.
Yep. Captain Ripley Bance. Not a great card, but
Well-
I just like the fact that we got Bance printed into like a creature. Captain, it's Ripley Vance. Yeah, what's wrong here? What's going on? Why aren't these cards popping up? Did I write Captain wrong?
There you go.
There we go, Captain Ripley Vance.
Oh, it's because you wrote Captain wrong.
I knew it. I told you. Yeah,
you
Captain.
put you could
I spelled it in
Capitain.
Spanish. Yeah, I mixed English and Spanish in my brain. I'm like Capitan, Captain. Yeah, that sounds about right. Capitain. Yeah, we're
Well,
good.
So it's a red and a 2 legendary creature human pirate R. Whenever you cast your third spell, each turn put a 1/1 counter on Captain Ripley Vance. Then it deals damage equal to its wow.
Yeah,
It's bad.
terrible. Yep. but I'm just happy that we finally got Captain Ripley Vance on a card. That's literally it.
Cool.
Literally
Okay.
it. You can see his
Yay.
blasting cannons in the back and stuff. I like it for that. Like, that's the only reason why I like this card. I'm glad that it's an uncommon, but at this point, put it down to common or something.
Jeez, man.
There you go. Aaron Dwight says, "Woo! Another pirate for my
deck.
non-existent commander pirate."
I have a
Deck,
pirate
yeah.
deck, and I wouldn't use that. So
How many times can you cast 3 spells a turn in Pirates?
True.
man, that doesn't
Mhm.
happen in Pirates. You just do like 3 weenies and you hope to God you get to steal stuff with your commander. That's what you
Mhm.
do. That's what you do in Pirates.
Yeah.
That's all the only thing you can do in Pirates.
This is a sad card.
It's pretty awful. I don't know why they had to say the
Here
third
goes
spell.
the next sad
Why the
card.
third spell? It
If
could
you
have been the
it,
second spell.
exactly, it could have been the second spell.
Mhm.
That's so unnecessary. That's such a
Yeah.
weird nerf. I don't understand.
And to be
I
honest,
find
if
that
it would
kind
have
of
been whenever
confusing.
you cast your second spell each turn, it would have been better because you can even do a mono red commander with it.
Yeah,
Easily,
or
yeah.
something, I guess. But Jesus, it's the third spell, man.
Yeah.
That
So,
was part of
No,
the
I
joke.
appreciate the joke. I'm just saying that it's like it's ridiculous. It's just so
Yeah,
awful, man.
it's bad. It's bad.
It's awful card.
It's bad. Let's go
Okay.
to Chris's last apparently bad card.
Okay. Cool.
yes, it is in fact
Tireless
Tireless.
Provisioner is a
No,
green
that's a
and
broken
2
card. That's a
No,
broken
it's
card.
not.
landfall. Whenever a
No, no,
land
no, no.
enters the battlefield under your control, create a food token or a treasure token.
He doesn't.
Okay,
He doesn't
Chris, why
even
is
have
this
the
bad?
most. It's not. It's not. It's not that it's necessarily bad. It just doesn't have the most important part about like tireless tracker, which is like putting the 1/1 counter on it. And on top of that, getting card draw. I mean, sure, you got ramp, and
You-
sure, you got or
No,
you
no,
got
no, 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 no. It's not sure.
Don't compare it
dismiss
to
that ridiculous
don't
ramp.
no, 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 no,
Don't
no.
dismiss that ramp. Are you insane?
Don't compare it to Tireless Tracker.
Yeah.
Compare it to Lotus Cobra.
Exactly. This
This
is
is
You know
a
that
literally a
tribute
this
to
better
Lotus
exists,
one.
That is a
Cobra.
good
right?
point.
This exists.
That is true.
These
Not
types
even
of
that.
commanders exist.
You put tireless, whatever. Then you put a fetch land. Then you get a land. Now you have 3 mana, and it's better than a Lotus Cobra because you don't need to spend that mana right now. If that thing died while a lightning bolt or whatever, you still have those treasure tokens for later, man.
And you
Like,
also have the option for the food, so you're just gonna gain life if you're that behind.
it's really good, and I'm
wanted
surprised it's
another
an
pack
uncommon.
room.
With the foresight that sometimes Wizard has, this should have been a rare, and I'm surprised it's an
I
uncommon.
don't feel like it should have been a rare.
But you know, Wizards thinking sometimes
yeah.
they could have easily been like, "Well, it's tireless tracker, but it does 2 things now. It's amazing, so it's a rare."
Yes.
I'm surprised it's an uncommon. That's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
it's very strong.
Really good.
It
Like
is.
this
It
really
is.
good card, Chris.
Yeah.
Like
I guess I was just comparing it to Tireless Tracker, and I just
Fair
enjoy
enough.
the fact that Tireless Tracker just like he has that he gets the +1/+1 counter, so you can smack
I get
face
you.
really well with him.
I get you. I get you.
That's what I personally like about it. And on top of that, it's a 3 cost, and it can get bolted. That's like my
Tireless
takeaway
tracker
from
can get bolted too, and it's 3 costed.
yes, but I just feel like it's much more of a threat.
It's harder to
It's harder to
Mhm.
bolt it if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Fair
Exactly.
enough. But it could get bolted easily if you
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
not careful. But
Yeah,
like
because
JP said, it's a Lotus Cobra with like very good upside.
yes.
let's look for
Yeah.
tireless.
So now that we're basically done with the cards,
the tracker on the other side.
So tireless tracker is the same thing, but you have investigate. The
And
issue
when you
here
sack
is
a clue, you get
exactly whenever you sack a clue. The thing with tireless is that unless you have a clue in the game, you
can also get
cannot
bolted
respond in to the shop or whatever.
with the bolt.
It's
Yes,
like
but also
blistering
It's
blistering
much easier
hydra.
to come by though. You have like turn 1 clue stuff, so like
Yeah, but-
it works really well in curve.
Yeah, but normally where this card is used,
Mhm.
you don't have a turn one investigate.
Good point.
Unless that's why I meant like it's not like blistering hydra, the energy one, the very popular one back in the day. That there was that same issue that people thought that it enters the battlefield, you get the energy, then you can do it at the same time. Unless you have the energy to do his ability, you can't do anything. If they do a lightning strike,
yeah, but
it dies.
it's not the same.
Yeah.
Because so Tireless Tracker does not have an enter the battlefield trigger, so when you cast it and it resolves, they can't do anything until you do anything else. You can't you also can't react to me placing a land. So once I place the land, I get the clue trigger on the stack. And then if it's a fetch land, so if you try to kill it right then and there, I can just sacrifice the fetch land and get another clue.
Mhm.
So that's why it's different. That's why I say it's different. Because since it doesn't have an ETB, like when you say blistering hydra, it has an ETB, you get three energy. So those three that's on the stack. So now they can interact with blistering hydra. This doesn't have that, and so you can't interact with it when it enters. And that applies to every single card that doesn't have an enter the battlefield trigger.
Yeah.
Well, it's your turn. You have priority, and when it enters, it resolves. That's it. You can't do anything until I do
You
something.
still have priority. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
You maintain it.
That's why this is pretty good.
Mhm.
Anyways, real quick, this set has a lot of duds. I'm surprised how good this set is, but also how bad this set is. So two of the mythics, two of them
Mm-hmm.
are bad,
Okay.
are very bad.
Mhm.
Um,
Bad rares.
there's a bunch of bad rares, but it's sad that there's two mythics. So I'm trying to okay. Murktide Region, 5 blue for a 3/3 delve, flying dragon. Enters the +1 counter for each instant or sorcery you exiled with it, so that's because of the delve cost. And whenever an instant or sorcery leaves your graveyard, you get a +1 counter. That's a mythic. Sarah's Emissary is one of the first cards that was uh, spoiled. It's 4 white for a 7/7 flying. When it enters, choose a card type. You and creatures you control have protection from the chosen card type. This might be good in a reanimator type deck, but other than that, 7 mana for a 7/7 is for at least for this type of effect is not where I want to be.
Yeah, like I did hear some people comparing it to like Iona or something, but it's just not the same.
Yeah, because Iona just shuts down an entire color.
Yeah.
Calibrated Blast, we kind of roasted, or at least I roasted Chris because he chose that card to talk about last time. Zabaz, the Glimmer Wasp, is another pretty bad card. Bloodbraid Marauder is a bad card. I have Magus of the Bridge and Nykthos Paragon, which is funny. How Chris chose those. I have like 5 cards. Timeless Dragon. I have like 5 to 6 cards Chris chose to talk about.
Yeah.
And one that I wanted to talk about is Asmarano Mardikarais in Akuldakar. There's a lot and those are the ones I wrote down. There's a lot of duds. I'm sure I'm missing a few. So this set is surprisingly good because of some uncommons, some commons, the reprints, and some rares. But I just feel like someone's gonna get an unlucky box and just open all these duds, especially and opening all these duds with especially with the price of the boxes, which are ridiculous, and we already talked about that.
It's a feels
Uh,
bad. I get it.
it's gonna be a feels bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will. It will. It will. That's why there's this thing that a lot of people are saying, like,
Just buy singles.
buy singles, but if you're in the market, like if you just want to get, like, how we say, if you're in the market of like either broadening up your collection or you want to sell cards, collect your booster boxes.
Hmm.
You get a little bit much more value off the full arts and the foils.
Yeah.
Foil
Then
Nykthos Paragon, and here we go.
yeah. So let's go. Sebastian Wilson says, "Glad I came across your pod, guys. Hope to see more. The discussion was fun and learned about cards I haven't heard of. Can you tell I play green?"
Really, you do. That's cool, man.
You do. Well, I think each one of us, if you go back, Sebastian, so you can go on our Facebook page. YouTube is still not uploaded completely, but you can go on our Facebook page. All the shows are there. I
Mhm.
think they're not going to expire because we're not a gaming. I think we are a gaming
No,
content. No, we're not.
no, we're
We're a
not.
podcast. So there you can see all of our episodes, and as well, if you can't see us, you can hear us. I posted the link for our podcast format, so you guys can go ahead and you can click it on anchor.fm/cardboard cave, and you can follow us in any of your favorite podcast app. It could be Apple, it could be Spotify, it could be, I don't know, any, because we're literally in all of them. So all of the episodes we talk about different things. We talk about Secret Layer. We talk about situations from Wizard of the Coast.
More like we
We
insult
did an
Secret Layer,
episode
but yeah, we
about
talk about it.
huh?
Mhm.
More like we insult Secret Layer, but yeah, we talk about
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Mhm.
You know, we like to talk about everything and anything of Magic. But again, the most topic that we do touch is Commander because it's the format that we mostly play when we're together or during the pandemic online. And we do have episodes that if you got want to see us play Commander, we do have Commander Night, and we have sometimes we have guests come in, friends of ours that want to play Commander. I think the biggest Commander Night has been 5 to 6 players, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
hella
again,
fun.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it again. If you guys want to be part of an episode and want to talk about Magic, come and join us. You don't have to have a webcam. You just need to have a microphone, and that's it. So if you have a microphone and let's talk Magic, like join us.
We'll give you a cool avatar like my Krinko.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then not only that, we're going to see what day we can do Commander Night, or like we spoke before, between all of us, have 2 episodes of the podcast and 1 episode Friday to be Commander Night. But you know how it is, guys. Everything. If we're just here. We're up to right now. I think it says it here. I think we're up to 20 something episodes.
22, 23.
Okay, so if we count the previous episodes, like the ones that we did for Commander, that we play Commander and tried to do podcasts at the same time, we're up to 23 episodes. But in full format, we're up to 20, if I'm
Awesome.
not mistaken, because I tried to make a count the other day, and yeah, so we're up to like 20 episodes. But Sebastian, thank you for joining us. Actually, thank you for sticking with us. And hey, so let's guys. So, do you guys have anything else to say about Modern Horizons 2?
Well, no, not about
Is
Modern Horizons, but
it's a
What
great
do you
set.
guys say?
It's a great set. Hopefully, what I said about the duds doesn't happen to you.
Mhm.
And I'm kind of excited for the new commander I want to make.
Yeah. I'm gonna buy the singles when they crash and burn on Friday, and it'll be fun, man. Like I want to get some of those nice fetches. Gonna get a couple copies of each, just so I can have them for the future. Um, gonna get the Urza Saga. Gonna try to get the sketchy version because it looks very pretty.
yes.
Stick it in my Urza deck. Get maybe that Soul Talisman for my Oskir. There's some other cool cards I'm gonna get. But yeah, it's a cool set, man, for sure.
Aaron is like Commander Horizons 2.
A little bit. It's less like the joke is less than last time. I know that for Modern Horizons 1 the joke was real. I think that this one they tried to make more of an effort to make it more for modern. I think they
Yeah.
did succeed.
Yeah, they just gave you more garbage legendaries.
Exactly. So yeah, but there's still some commandery stuff that's obviously designed for commander for sure.
Yeah.
Really.
But yeah, I'm excited. Yeah.
How about
It's a
you,
good
Chris? What are you gonna say?
No, it's like a little tidbit I wanted to mention that I was talking to you guys about earlier is that Magic Arena brought back Jumpstart. So to me,
Oh
that is
yeah.
fantastic news. That means that I might be
It's
playing a
cool.
little bit more Magic Arena than
Yeah.
I already was. So that's great. And then JP had mentioned something earlier too, but I forgot exactly what that was all about. It's like an article that he was talking about earlier.
Oh yes,
Oh no, but let's not get into that one. Let's do it for
yeah, no,
next episode.
like I just mentioned it. Basically, Sandbach just design space and design theory and how the set was designed and tested with a few cards.
It's a good
Okay.
article, but I
It's a
feel
good
like we don't
article, yeah.
don't. It's not wasted today. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
it's not wasted
Yeah.
today. Let's waste it for next Friday.
It's a good article. I read it all the way through, and it's a good article to dissect because the reasoning behind some of the card choices, card designs, and the way that Watsy's thinking about things is very fascinating. So
Mhm. Yeah, and it could also give us some insight into what the future of the game is going to be in that case too.
a little bit, yeah, actually.
Yeah. So there we go, guys. Hear it first. We're gonna talk about designs and craziness of Modern Horizons 2 next Friday. So don't miss out. So let's go ahead and say our goodbyes. JP, where can they find you?
You can find me here in the Cardboard Cave podcast every Friday.
Cool.
Chris, where can they find you?
Well, you guys can also find me here, just like everybody else, on the Cardboard Cave podcast, and you can find me on my Twitch as Crisscross13.
Alejandro, where can they find you?
In a
Whee!
bunch of places. You can find me at the Movie Guy Podcast, where we discuss movie news. You can find me in my podcast, which is called Cinemas Podcast. It has a Facebook page now, so you can give it a little like if you want. I've uploaded the first episode. It's a rebroadcast of the first episode, so if you're in the mood for hearing me rant about the movie Pieces of a Woman, go ahead. I'll be rebroadcasting every episode every other Friday. While we're doing this, I'm going to be rebroadcasting an old episode and such, and every new episode is going to be added into the mix as well, into the podcast,
Playlist.
to the playlist. I'm sorry, yes. Beyond that, you can find me here, of course, in Cardboard Cave every Friday. You can find me at 15 of Richport, where I do Cine Nerds every Saturday, where we discuss whatever the hell they want to discuss in terms of movies. And with John, I have a new podcast we're brewing up in January 7th, I believe. It's
Yeah.
going to be our first episode. It's going to be called Subtitles Required. We're going to be discussing international films. And our first little film is going to be Demon Slayer Mugen Train. So hopefully, if you're interested in anime, if you're interested in Demon Slayer, join us so you can hear our thoughts and gush about the third act of that movie.
Just in case, you said January 7th.
Oh, I'm
What?
so sorry, June.
The
June.
thing is
June.
that I agreed. I'm like, yeah, sure. Yeah, January 7th. Let's
June.
go for it.
Sorry. Thank
June
you for
7th.
correcting me, sir. June 7th.
Yeah,
Okay, so before I say my goodbyes as well, Sebastian says, yeah, I have been on MTG Arena a lot more lately, but it has given me a spark. Hope one day I can play with you all sometimes. Hey,
Yeah.
sure
Definitely,
thing.
man.
Just again, whenever we do Commander Night, we actually announce Commander Night at least a week or a couple of days before the event. Like that, whoever wants to join us, we do
can join
have
us,
a
man.
cap of 6 players due to if we add more, it's gonna go crazy.
It's just too much. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we have a cap of 6 players, and when it's 6 players, we only play like 2 games. But when we're only 4 players, we play up to 3, depending
Yeah.
on how janky somebody goes in the game.
Look,
Or
look, look.
or,
It's
or
the
how good
problem
any
is
of
that-
or how good any of us three just kind of go off.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yes.
I go off 2. I just take like 3 extra turns. That's going off, right? Right? That
And
counts.
each one for 30 minutes.
Exactly.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
and
going
forgetting
off.
triggers. And forgetting triggers. Let's not forget about that.
Which is the worst part.
Exactly. But guys, so you can find me at all my social media as Big Boss 117PR, and as well, like Orengo has mentioned, we have you can see me as well in the movie guy podcast, where we talk about movies and entertainment as well. I have my own show under the movie guy podcast, up left right, where I discuss about video game movies as well. You can see me at my own streams every Wednesday and Saturday. So tomorrow, if you guys want to pass by my Facebook page, I will be playing Ghost of Tsushima. So pass by there if you guys want to join in. You can see me as well here in the Cardboard Cave and in the new podcast where Orengo and me talk about foreign films. It's subtitles required. Like Orengo said, it will be live on June 7th. It was supposed to go live June 1st, but when I sat down and started editing it, I forgot that the thing was an hour long.
Oh, okay.
So when I started cutting a lot of
Stuff.
stuff, it got too long, and I'm like, oh my god, it's not gonna be live on that day. So expect more content for subtitles required. That you can find it in the Big Boss 117 universe at your favorite podcast application as well, because it is an audio format show. So go ahead and pass by there, like that you guys can listen. And guys, like we mentioned again, and I'm gonna keep on mentioning it again. When we put this episode live tomorrow, comment below if you want to be part of the show or you want to be part of Commander Nights. Like that, you guys can join us, play some Commander, or join us to talk about a little bit about Magic. So we will see you all in the next episode of Cardboard Cave. Bye bye.